Well, we are back, huh? We're back at the 9 Club, everybody. Today, we have a very special guest. Mr. Brad Hayes is with us. How are you,
up,
dude?
Everybody? I'm good. Doing great.
Yeah. Dude, thank you so much for coming.
Yes.
This is
It's an honor.
Dude, thank you. You're the original
definitely.
courthouse master, dude.
Oh,
There it is.
We're happy to have you
Nice.
Roll the red carpet out for him, Kelly.
I mean, if we're just gonna get it popping like that, no, we need to save all this.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
we
yeah,
got.
yeah.
I mean, Baker 2G. We got to talk about this, dude. But
I
literally,
might have started it, but then you guys like finished it off like sick. Like all the stuff you guys did on the courthouse too.
well,
It's
that's. I mean, that's true, Brad.
like-
That's true.
I'm in good company, you know. I'm in good company, you know?
No, but you seriously. I mean, we'll just touch on it really quickly
Yeah.
because, like, I think you were like the OG courthouse. Like,
You're the one that set it off.
you set it off.
They make tricks like, things are possible on that. Like people were doing
Maybe
switch
slide
manuals
trips,
and, like,
slide tricks and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
but people weren't getting tech on that spot.
No.
Yeah.
Not like that.
And I don't know.
I've got a few things here and there.
And some
Yeah.
ledge
You know, a
trips. I
few
know people
things
were
here and
skating
there.
it like a ledge. You know what I mean? That was
Right.
always. And I
Totally.
never really had anything that's like sick.
The
too,
occasional
you know?
manual, and we're talking about like the 2000s, you know.
Yeah.
So like literally 2000. Probably you filmed
Yeah.
maybe that stuff in like 99.
Yeah.
Eh,
Probably.
like
I think it was like. Yeah, maybe 2000 or 99.
2000. Okay. Because I mean, Baker 2G came out 2000.
Yeah.
So you had to have filmed it
Yeah.
earlier in that year or even before.
Yeah. Beagle would know.
Let's get
Yeah.
Beagle on the phone, man. We gotta get Beagle out
Archive
of
of
here,
history for sure.
Call his ass up.
but we'll get into all that stuff
Yeah.
because I mean you paved the way for the courthouse,
Yes.
and I mean thank you for that because you kind of opened the
man.
door for that stuff. And like you just man, you killed it, dude. This is the first time I saw somebody just destroy that. I grew up skating there. You know what I mean? I would skate there every weekend, you know, and then to see you just come through and kill it at Baker 2G, iconic video, the
Yeah.
soundtrack. I mean, you're putting your chain in the,
Oh,
you know,
Shane, that's the
Like I
illest.
never even knew about that song. I think it might have been Strickland or somebody like one of the Baker boys like was like, "You got to skate to this," you know.
Really?
And then it ended up being like sick. And then when we did a vacation to Jamaica, me and my wife, and like we were like on the resort, and like I was singing that song, and they're all psyched, like, "Oh, this white boy's
Dude
a
knows
bumble
it.
clock." You know what I mean? Like he knows the real shit, right? You know, not just like the Bob Marley stuff, but like they were like psyched when I was singing that Sister Nancy. They're like, "Oh, this guy's he knows what's up." You know?
very iconic stuff. But
Yeah.
I mean, we'll get into all that stuff too because I think that's going to be a good long discussion
Yeah.
right there because like so many that whole Baker 2G video. I mean, changed the game for you probably. I mean, just being in that.
that was
video,
like the highlight of my like skateboard.
I mean, it
career, probably. You know?
thrust you into being like famous overnight. Baker 2G.
I mean, I like, dude, I have to thank Andrew and all the boys at Baker for just letting for letting me be a part of it, and
For
being
sure.
stoked on my skating, and that means everything, you know.
For sure.
I know some people are like, "Oh man, you should have rode for Baker," and like, I mean, it's like I was just stoked to be like part of the crew, you know, and.
For sure.
There was a little time where I started to try to jump down some of the stuff, like in the beginning when like they started skating Bricktown. I'm like, oh, maybe I could huck a frontside shove it down it or something.
Yeah.
And like one try, and I was like,
Yeah. It was a big
okay,
drop.
jumpings might not be for me, but I gave it a try for a little bit, hucking myself. Like,
But that's also what was like cool about that part.
Yeah,
was like that part was like you were like fresh, you know,
Yeah.
like here's like this crazy video and here's this like reggae with this you know
Yeah.
fresh dude and like you know what I mean like
all doing manuals.
Manuals,
And
you
it was
know?
mostly just manuals.
Yeah.
So for the most part, the whole video was hammers. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
jumping down
yeah.
big stuff. So it's good to have the little difference.
and I wasn't trying to
Yeah.
say like, oh, like you have to be jumping down stuff to.
But I understand you wanted to kind of do
I
that,
was like,
but you
let's
already
push
had your own
ourselves.
thing
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's what made you stick out in that video.
Yeah.
you know, and like so I don't think you needed to.
Yeah, and then they kind of
go that way.
totally. And Beagle
Yeah.
always lifted me up and kind of was like, okay, like this shit's dope, you know.
Yeah, for
That's
sure,
tight, dude.
for sure.
Just be yourself, you know. Just
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it seemed like you tried to step outside of the box a little bit. But
oh yeah, like what's that big 3 in Long Beach? That horseshoe.
I know what you're talking about. The one you switch tray flips.
Yeah, that was probably like the biggest
Yeah.
thing that I switched tray flip. You know, for me that was like like Jamie Thomas. Did, you know?
You were chilling with the kids afterwards. You're like, see, kids, this is how we do it.
That was sick, dude.
Like that was one of those ones where like you're rolling away. You're like, am I really rolling away from this?
Yeah.
Like,
I just did that.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, but let's turn it back real quick because we'll get into all that stuff. We got to talk. I mean, we're going to spend a lot of time on that too.
Yeah,
but like going back in time, you know, I mean, like, how did you? What was before Baker 2? Like, how did you like? Were you like trying to get sponsored? Were you doing the whole thing? Like,
Baker,
what was going on?
Let's see. Well, I got sponsored by Acme. That was the beginning of like everything was like there were these curbs off the 55 freeway, like these yellow double-sided curbs. They're torn down, like they were long ago torn down. But I remember Lance Dawes from Slap magazine was there. Like it was like my first time skating with like a photographer, and then Remy showed up like. And I don't know, he was all stoked on like some of the double-sided curb tricks I was doing. I think I did like a fakie tail slide to like frontside, blindside transfer.
Remy Stratton?
Remy Stratton, yeah,
Okay.
but he's the one that got me on Acme
Wow.
to start. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm still.
I'm assuming that probably led into Volcom then.
And then Chet
too.
Thomas got me on Volcom
Oh,
too. But
wow,
Remy
nice.
helped also, but Chet was like, yeah, we got to get you some Volcom gear. Like,
Wait. So you were at that session. You ran it. Remy was stoked on your stuff, which led to get on Acme.
yeah. And then also, like, on another note, like, Daryl Grogan, he did all those HB
Yeah,
videos.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
He like really believed in my skating like from the beginning, you know. So he was always like, he was the one that introduced me to Don and Pierre.
Oh,
He's the one
okay.
that got me on Etnies, like in the very beginning, just float for some shoes, you know.
So you were doing it early on.
Yeah, I remember helping Don and Pierre unload like one of the like a load of shoes. Like the office was about as big as this apartment. Like when it was brand new.
Was
I
that
remember,
Costa Mesa?
Like in Fountain Valley. Like
okay.
they had a bunch of different like. But this was But I remember like
Damn, that's awesome, dude.
the brown like Sal's or.
I mean, this is Acme video. This is '93.
Yeah. Some of these things I forgot about. Oh, there's PetSmart.
That's your
PetSmart,
little, that's
man.
your little
That's where me
parking
and
lot.
Don Brown would meet me there, and he would skate PetSmart. Like he would come and
What?
actually skate. Like
Where was he in the corner doing freestyle?
oh, he would bust out some gazelles and all kinds of like.
good.
Yeah, Don had some moves for sure, but yeah, he would meet after work and come. Yeah, there's PetSmart again.
I mean, dude, 1993. You were doing. I mean, when did you start skating?
I started skating in '87, like
87.
Animal Chin,
Same.
Future Primitive. That was
That was it.
like Tommy Guerrero was the first person where I was like, oh, you can go outside and like skate the curb cuts, and I mean
Right.
they weren't as good as the San Francisco curb cuts in Fountain Valley, you know.
yeah.
But I'm like, shit, that's cool. I
There's
can
some
go out
good ones
there.
in Laguna Beach. Have you seen them? They're huge.
Oh yeah, those big ones in Laguna. I think those were in the Blind video. I
Yeah,
think,
yeah.
Gons did some stuff. You know?
Yeah, it's crazy.
But yeah, I remember. Yeah, so it was like the Powell days, like, and I was only Powell Peralta for like until 8th Street came out. Like I only rode Powell. Everything was Powell. Like
That was your jam.
that was my jam. And Tony Hawk too. When I first saw Tony Hawk skating, I was like a huge fan. Like
Amazing.
That's interesting because
So-
Tony Hawk's vert. I mean, you had a whole different.
Yeah, this is before
vibe.
because I started skating when street skating was still just kind of being invented. Still, you know,
okay.
so it was still like you watch all the vert contest videos. You know,
Right.
I go to the local video store. They had like Duel at Diablo and some like
yeah.
Arizona like vert contests that are on like on VHS.
That's
We
what I always
rent them
talk-
and stuff.
That's what I always talk about and reflect on because I remember going to
Yeah.
the video store and they had all these like contest videos. you
Yeah.
know, and that kind of opened the door for
Yep.
myself as well.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
on who's like really out there. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I had 3 walls of my bedroom all Tony Hawk. Like if I was
wow.
at school and someone had a magazine that had a Tony Hawk picture, I'd be like, I gotta have that picture. Like, what can we do? Can we arrange something so I can get that picture? You have it on my collection, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I would never guess Tony Hawk from you.
I know.
Because even when what's it called? I used to skate these H ramps, these local ramps in my neighborhood. I think Sal Barbier talked about when he came down to Orange County for the first time. He skated them and stuff too. But like I remember there was a day when everybody was there, like Bucky Lasik, Chet, Ray Barbie.
wow.
Everyone was skating those ramps.
Wow.
Because I was so Powell Peralta everything, and I had the Steve Size board, the new Size. It was everything Powell. Like in Skip Pronier and some of the other boys. They were older. They were cool cool to me and stuff, but they kind of poked fun a little bit, you know what I mean? Because I was just the Bones Brigade guy, and I also couldn't do anything front side for a while. I only did backside, like on a ramp. I couldn't do a front side Smith grind. I would only do everything backside. And then I finally came around and I started learning other stuff. But he used to call me Size. Like he would call me Steve Size. I kind of looked a little bit like him, and I had the board. It was
okay.
I was just thinking about those Acme video clips. Actually, I was looking for them on YouTube because I was thinking about that. I was like, I kind of forgot them all. Did I do that one? Like that switch 180 to 5.0, like.
Dude, I've never seen anyone do that, like from the side. I think that's the only time I've seen
I'm gonna
that
have to record that and post that on my.
Yeah, that was
I gotta
good
dig
one.
that up like Al Bundy, you know, like that. You know, he lives his glory years, you know.
Oh my goodness, bro.
That's a good one, man. You did some tricks in that part that.
Yeah, you were doing. I mean,
Before,
tech.
definitely. And that came out what, 93? You said
93.
Yeah, 93.
Yep.
That's
Acme
20 years.
Acme unedited.
93 to
30.
30.
Yeah, 30
oh my
years.
God, dude.
Yeah, bro.
I am.
Listen,
old.
we didn't want to.
Give me another coat of Just for Men.
Got him
going
too,
through
bro.
that.
Didn't wanna-
I love the gray. Every once in a while, I'll throw a little paint job, but sometimes I let it rock. You know.
He throws little paint job.
It's all good. But like D'Elia says, if you're dying, you're lying.
Oh,
So something like that. He was on his podcast saying some shit.
You're a big comedy guy. Listen to a lot of comedy
for sure,
podcasts.
dude. I was like,
Comedy's
I
good,
love
though.
Kill Tony. Have you seen the Kill Tony podcast?
Who's that?
That's
Or who
Tony
does it?
Hinchcliffe. I think he tours with Joe Rogan, but he's out in Austin, Texas. Like, it's a dope podcast. They draw, like, every Monday they draw a name out of, like, you can put your name in the hat, and if they draw your name, you have to go up and do a minute of stand-up, like in front of everybody, you know?
Oh, wow.
So some people just bomb, but their stars have been made on the show. Where like this guy was like living out of his car, just like trying to get started with comedy, and then they drew his name, and then you can become a regular on the show.
Oh, wow.
Some guys
dope.
just went from like just complete like
Zero
zilch,
to
and then
hero.
like killing it now. Yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
That's
It's
super
crazy. It's like skating is its own thing, and then comedy is like, man, that's a whole nother beast of like.
Definite
It's an
beast.
art form too,
Oh, for
you know.
sure.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Trying to
for
like
sure.
segue into different like subjects and.
And
Yeah.
delivering jokes at the right time.
Yeah.
And-
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was trying to tell myself. It's like we're just going on the 9 Club. Your name didn't get drawn.
Yeah, you did.
Well, your name did get drawn.
It did get drawn in.
Okay, yeah. I mean, this is dope too, you know. But yeah, I'm not good with like on stage, live crowds and stuff.
No,
like,
me
Dude,
neither.
that's
Me
such
neither.
a wild. I don't understand how people do it, to be
like
honest.
even in high school, there was an English class. They're like, you're going to be doing 4 oral reports throughout the year. And when I heard that, I was like, I'm out. Guidance counselor, give me another class. Like,
I'm not going to even try this.
but I did a few, but I was just like, yeah, it wasn't my cup of tea, you know.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Same.
So Acme, you came out with 2 videos with Acme, or just
I
one?
think there was. Let's see.
There's Acme.
There might have been 3. No.
Okay.
Yeah, because there was another Acme a Go-Go one. It was
Yeah,
called, and
yeah,
Eric
yeah.
Ricks had a part in
Eric
that because
Ricks,
Ricks was on for a
right.
while. Yeah,
So were you always down south in Huntington?
I was always in Huntington. Yeah.
Okay, born and raised.
Yep.
Got you.
So
okay.
I would skate with Rick sometimes, like, or Chris Ortiz would always bring
Oh, hell
everybody
yeah.
together. Like, I'm going out with Ortiz, you know, hop in the van. You know,
Legend. That is a legend,
Sure.
bro.
Oh, yeah.
So with Acme, what happened with Acme? Because at the same time you said you got on Emerica as well.
Yeah. Well, I got on Acme and Etnies kind of at the same time.
I'm sorry, Edmonds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like a flow thing, but I was stoked, you know, just to get
Mm-hmm.
shoes. And like they always, like for years, Don always had my back on shoes.
Sick,
And
yeah.
so
Sick.
I had a couple like little ads though in some catalogs or something.
Well, did you switch to Emerica?
Then I switched to Emerica for a little. Yeah, they switched me over to that when
When it first started?
Yeah.
Still-
and then Steve Black was the team manager.
Oh, wow.
So he was a good time.
Dude, that video Yellow is so good
Yeah,
still to this
Yellow.
day. Mark Johnson, you have part in there. Ace of Spades.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
that.
which is funny because like,
Yellow.
didn't Chris Markovich skate to that song? Was it Chris Markovich skated to it or
I
somebody?
think somebody else.
Ace of
skated.
Spades, Ace of Spades. I think it was
know.
like in a 101 video or something.
I feel like for some reason that's something that Jeff Rowley would skate to.
Yeah.
I don't know, but this switch front side 360 is so good, dude.
No, this spot was sick over in Santa Ana.
yeah.
Yeah, the double-sided ledge. Yeah,
The double-sided ledge.
that was like a 4-in-1 spot, dude. I would always everyone in 4-in-1 back then would be skating that spot.
Definitely.
This is right by like where I grew up. That little spot there.
There's little Huntington
And then
Park,
Huntington
little
Park.
fish bowl.
Yeah.
I think I never could skate that
It
spot.
was so
dude.
little, bro.
It was
I
so
loved
small.
it.
And there's always like people there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was like this, it
What's
was just
even harder to
I would
skate
drive
is-
by and be like, oh god.
What about Murdy Park?
Murdy Park? Yeah.
The Murdy squad. Shout out to the Killer Murdy squad.
Oh yeah,
But
dude.
they make that park look like they make it look like it's like fun to skate with the video clips and stuff. And you get there, it's like this.
That place is tiny.
Like it's
dude.
hard to skate. Yeah.
Did you
tiny.
meet Beagle out there at Murdy Park, or?
I met Beagle through my friend Rob Ray, who I skated with that lived in my neighborhood, and he was friends with Beagle.
Okay.
So they kind of made their little videos together, and then kind of introduced me to Beagle.
Okay.
And then Beagle started filming me, and then that's when I introduced like somewhere along the line, like Beagle, we were skating, and then Beagle met up with the Baker Boys and stuff. You know?
Oh wow.
So you had
and
known
then-
Beagle already?
Yeah, I had known
yeah.
Beagle already,
Right. Right.
and then I guess they liked his filming style. So
What did you live at like the Warner house or
I lived on Warner. I grew up on Warner. My mom and my parents lived off of Warner.
Okay.
But then Illington and Alyssa, all of them got apartments that are on Warner also.
Oh,
And then
okay.
Andrew also lived on the other side of on Warner for a while too. So everybody lived on that street.
Right.
So,
is that how you got to know those guys?
yeah,
pretty
so
well?
I got to know all of them. I think I was skating Mesa View. You know Mesa View School.
Why I do
That's
know
the one
that.
that like
the
with
stage?
the yellow trim, like guy skates it in the old blind video.
There's
Oh,
ledges on the
yep,
inside.
yep,
Yeah, Ed skates
Yellow
it, the
trim.
ledges on the inside.
Right.
Yeah, with the wind. They're like there's some against the wall
Yeah,
too.
but when I think in '98 when Andrew first came down and like started living in Orange County, I remember seeing them like there at Mesa View, like holy shit, the Florida plates and like Florida plates, you know, yeah. But that's yeah. it all
So you just
started
met him
from
there?
Yeah, just met him there, and then yeah.
What happened to Acme at this point?
Oh, and
Are
then
you
Acme
still-
was sort of like kind of slowly dying, kind of like as like every time I'd come in to get boards, there'd be less and less people working there, you know.
Okay.
And then I guess it was just, I think maybe just doing their own wood shop and all that. Like maybe he tried to bite off more than he can chew. I don't know, but it was just that part of that time when the industry was kind of struggling. So
And that was like, because what year was this? Like 97, 98?
Yeah, 97, 98.
So you
yeah.
skated for them for like 4 or 5 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
Were you pro on that?
I mean, I owe it to Jim. He like I got to travel to Europe and like, you know, I probably would have never have left California if it wasn't for skateboarding, you know?
yeah. Did you turn pro for Acme?
Yeah, I turned pro. They didn't have pro models, but I turned pro.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I
That's
think
right.
95 maybe.
So you turned you
96,
pro.
I went to Europe.
So they turned you pro, but they didn't give you a board.
Yeah. A lot of people were like hated on that
Yeah.
kind of, you know, that part of like that the way he ran the company like that. But I was like,
Wait, so just explain to this. So they turn you pro, but you don't get a pro board?
that was
Is
just
that
sort
that was their
of
thing?
Yeah, that was their thing. They just had like boards. They pay you, but they didn't give you a model.
What were they like team? Were they just like
Just said
boards
Ac-
with
it
their?
just said Acme on it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Acme. They didn't put anybody's name on any boards.
No,
That's so
for whatever reason, that's
bizarre.
just the way he wanted to like, you know, like.
So how would
Damn.
you get? Would you just make a monthly check, or would you guys get royalties from?
Yeah,
these
you would
boards?
just
Like,
get a
how-
monthly check. And I mean, back then, it's like, it might have been like $600 a month, 500. You know, I mean, I was living at home. I'm like getting money to skate. I'm getting paid to skate. At that age, you're just like,
Sure.
oh, like
doubt.
you're pro, like cool, you know?
Yeah. How old were you at that
I was
point?
18 probably.
Oh, okay.
18.
Yeah.
That's got to be weird.
Because that was my
though.
first tattoo was the Acme tat. You
Oh,
know?
you got the Acme tat.
And then,
okay.
and then, you know, later on, like, you know, it's like, you know, it's not around. He does the ink agenda now. He's doing the
Yep,
screen
yep,
printing.
yep,
but
yep,
so that's
yep.
why I put the tombstone kind of on there.
For
to-
sure. That's who does
my
our
artist
stickers.
kinda-
He does
Yeah,
our stickers.
see? Hell yeah, dude.
Jim Gray.
Hell yeah.
So
So-
it had to have been a little weird though, right? Because like every other company,
Yeah.
you turn pro, you get a
Yeah.
pro board, but here you are, like you're pro.
Yeah.
But it was so
a
new,
little
I'm
trippy.
sure. It was
so-
like, all right, well, this is what
I
it
mean,
is.
I was
you
just
know?
kind of, I mean, I was just like stoked to have a sponsor, you know,
I
like
understand,
type of thing.
but I mean, like just the way that the industry is formed, and like that's what they do in the industry, and then here
yeah.
you are, you skate for this company for 4 or 5 years, but there's no product with your name on it.
yeah, yeah. And
It's
then,
weird.
but and then I think there was a time when they were going to maybe start, I can't remember. This might not
The
be.
business model wasn't really working out. They had to switch it
but
up.
I mean, but long story short, like, yeah, like it, you know, pretty much was done, you know.
Right.
If it was around
And
for
then-
4 or 5 years, it must have been working to some degree.
It was working for a while, you know.
yeah.
But I don't know what happened with the industry, and then, yeah, who knows, you know.
Yeah. That's when a lot more like,
90
brands were starting to pop up.
Yeah,
was
you
gonna
and
know?
say
then Justin
97.
Reynolds like mentioned like Lethol. I think he was the one that was like, "Come ride for Lethol," you know.
So then you got on Lethal.
Yeah,
Okay. How was that?
I mean that was cool. I mean, I got a board, so you know.
There you go.
Finally.
There it is.
Finally.
I mean, I was just, you know, like, I mean, I was just grateful to have like, you know, to have some sponsors and stuff. Not trying to like not trying to.
Was this the point of going into filming for or skating with the Baker guys? Like when you got on Lethol?
I was just kind of like, no matter what sponsor I had, I was just friends with them, and I was going out skating with them, and then they were like putting me in the video, so I was just stoked on that, you know?
Yeah,
People
so-
would always be like, oh, dude, you should ride for Baker. How come Baker's not giving, you know? But I was just like, never really was.
Well, you didn't want to talk about what?
It wasn't really a concern of mine. I wasn't just like, man, I want to ride for Baker. So I mean, that would have been bitching. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But I was just kind of like, cool. I got boards to ride. Like I was
just
stoked
you
to be a
being
part
in
of
the
crew,
videos,
you know?
just you being in the videos.
I was just stoked to be
though.
a part of the crew, you know, and just
Totally.
What boards were you skating in that video in Baker 2G?
In Baker 2G, I think I was skating some of the Lethal boards. I
Oh,
think.
interesting. Okay.
Then there was a company, Origin, which was a small company. I can't even remember in order, but that was another small company. I think Justin Reynolds, a buddy of his, started that I did that for a little while.
Okay.
Who wrote for Lethal?
But most of my board sponsors were all just kind of like smaller, you know what I mean?
Smaller
Like,
brands.
Yeah. So.
Who wrote for Lethal? Justin Reynolds.
Justin Reynolds, me, Marcus Bandy was on there for
Oh,
Bandy.
that's
yeah,
right.
Marcus Bandy.
That's right. He was gnarly, dude.
Yeah, dude, like
Okay.
Was Stacy Lowry
like
on
if
there?
a fight pops off, I'm on his team.
Yeah.
You know?
I wouldn't want to fight either one of you guys, to be honest.
I'll take you on. Bro.
This is all show and no go. No, I'm just kidding, dude. No, I can handle my own. No.
Yeah, he was a big dude, Marcus Bandy. I remember that.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you guys have any videos that came out for
I don't
Lethal?
think we ever had a lead. No, we did a couple tours. It was
Okay.
fun. We did a couple little tours, but I don't think.
But
we
that
ever
must
did
have
a
been
video.
cool though, because it's like homies getting together, like going out on.
and
a
then
skate
that was
trip.
kind of short lived too, you know. But
right. And then you said the company after that was
Origin.
Origin. Okay.
And then at this point, I was getting into the personal training and stuff, and just kind of getting into fitness and like.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So
wait,
I
even
was
back
kind-
then you were
like
started
right
to get
around actually after Baker 2003 2004 is when I got started working out. Like
okay.
after so I was still skating, but I started to kind of transition into like I got a job doing personal training, kind of got into that.
Yeah.
So I sort of like that's when I kind of took a little breather from skating,
Right.
and then maybe 2015 or so I started kind of messing around again, posting some little clips here and there, skating with some people.
Yep.
Yeah, it's interesting because like when you just mentioned, you were you never got on Baker or anything. It's like, but you were in the video. You had this monument.
Yeah, there was the friends
like-
section. I was in there.
I mean, even
like,
before that,
yeah.
it was a bootleg. You know,
Yeah, the
like
bootleg,
you
yeah.
had a little small part in there,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
A couple tricks and
Yeah.
whatever. But it just when you're in that caliber of a video, you're automatically like related to that company.
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
like
yeah.
anytime you think of like Brad Hayes, Baker is in the same sentence,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
But that's right when they started the company, though, right?
Yeah, it started off just like a crew type of thing, and they didn't, and then they did the video bootleg, and then after that it started like
Then
really
they-
became a company.
But this is what I'm
Yeah.
saying though, is like you think of Brad Hayes, what company do you think of?
Oh, Baker, for
there
sure.
you go. See?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Shake Junt, for sure.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a given.
Did you have a board on? Did Shane ever give you a board for Shake
I don't
Junt?
think I got it. No, I didn't get a board for Shake Junt.
Shane, let's come on, man. Shane, let's got my boy Brad over here. Let's go.
Just some
Come on,
grip.
Shane.
I'm happy for the grip. You know what I mean?
No,
I don't want
that's
to slip off my board.
how I don't know if you want to get into talking about this, Chris, about
Yeah.
the Baker 2G video, but like
Let's skip the whole Baker 2G. I don't think we need to talk about it. It wasn't really that. It was okay, It wasn't life changing or anything. No, but that's it. How did you? So you lived on Warner.
Yeah,
you started skating with all those guys.
Yes, when they came, I started skating with all those guys, and then Beagle was filming me before, already, and then once Beagle started filming with the Baker guys, I was sort of like meshed in from,
Right.
that.
Then did you know you were filming for a Baker video?
As I started getting clips, and then they were making a video, they were like, "Yeah, dude, get it for the friend section. We're gonna have a friend section." So I was like, "Okay."
oh, so you
So I
didn't
just
really
kinda
think you didn't think you were gonna have a part.
I thought I'd have a couple tricks, and then as time got on, I got more and more footage. So it was like,
And did you know going into the video that you were gonna have a part? Or
yeah. Well, once I started getting some clips and stuff,
Okay.
with Beagle, they said like, that they were gonna give me a, that I knew I was gonna be in the friend section. So
What was that like? To be in that video is gnarly, but like that video changed skateboarding. What was that like skating with everyone back then? Like, did you understand what was going on? Like,
not really. I mean,
Yeah.
a little bit just because Andrew was getting so big, and
Yeah.
it was cool to see everything going down. But like, I didn't think it was gonna be like 20 something years later and like talking about it
Yeah.
like history. Like,
But you're not. I mean, you're all. We never think of stuff like that.
yeah,
you
totally,
know?
yeah, absolutely. You never.
But but this song, did Andrew Reynolds edit this or did Dustin Dollin edit it? Because I know Dustin Dollin did a lot of editing
Still trying
as well.
to think if Beagle, I'm not sure. I don't know.
I don't
if
think
Strickland
Beagle
was
was- I
still
don't-
in this. I'm not sure if
Oh,
he was
maybe
still.
Strickland.
I think Strickland was still.
Oh yeah, maybe it was him.
in
huh?
the
I think
mix.
you're
I'm not
right.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
'cause-
interesting to find out that like Dustin Dollin edited a lot of stuff. Reynolds edited a
Yeah.
lot of stuff because like for me, Dustin Dollin doesn't seem like the editing type
Yeah.
of guy,
Mhm.
you know. But they nailed it. Whoever
Yeah.
did it, if
Yeah.
we don't know Strickland,
Yeah.
Reynolds, or Dolan, but they nailed it, dude.
Definitely.
Like
Yeah.
they got the song right, the slow mos, everything. Like
Yeah.
it's interesting because like this part, you felt something.
Yes.
Watching it.
Yep.
And sometimes Beagle would be so hyped, and I'd be like, "I'm hyped too," but I'm like, "Man, is it that?" Like like he would always almost be more hyped than me, you know. And then it's like he's seeing everything through the lens, you know.
For
so-
sure.
Well,
For
like
sure.
that last trick you did, the fakey manual, fakey tray. You can just tell the hypeness of when you land. Like, did that take a while to do?
Oh man, I don't think it took a super long time. I mean, it took some time, but I don't think it wasn't like going back like 3 different times or
Oh,
anything
it was a
like that.
one try, or not
I
one
did
try.
try to
but-
go back and do like, I think like the fakey pop shot, fakey to fakey kickflip out, and I just couldn't get it. I think that's when I'm throwing my board in the trash can. At the end. I think that was one that didn't work out when you.
What were you saying? Like at the end of this part, there's something of you repeating.
Something with Greco.
This one, because Greco. Well, back then, like I would like when I would hook up weed. When I would get weed, like Greco would always get, you know, I would help him get some bud, you know, like I would always hook up Greco, you know, when he was still blazing, and that's when I'm all Greco, give me a call, I got your back on the quarter, like call me when you get this, I have your back, I got your back, like I'll get you a quarter,
And they put that voice message in the
and
video.
they repeat
Right,
it, you know, so guilty as charged.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
I thought it had something
Give
to
me
do
a
with
phone
that,
call and it's
but,
on. Yeah, I got your back on the quarter. Like,
but I'm just rewinding this right now because like when the song changes, and it changes like right here, I think, with the top view of the half cab board slide.
Yeah.
Dude, it just, man, everything. I can't even put into words like how you have to go watch the video
yeah.
and but man,
Gets you a feeling for sure.
It does,
That's
man.
cool.
What was
and
it?
look at the courthouse, dude. Look at this.
Looks how nice it looks.
It's
then.
beautiful.
Yeah.
You go there now, it's shit.
Yeah,
But it barely skated.
That's when it was still clean.
Oh man.
But this really, like, when you did these tricks, I was like, whoa, things are possible there. I still did not fake 180 faking manual to me. It seems like insanely hard to do.
That one's just like you slide up there so.
That was the
so
best thing
much,
about
but-
that is that if you fell on it or whatever,
slide.
you could slide or slide into the tricks.
This is the best thing about this though. With the music and putting the chain in there. And the thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
that was
amazing.
fun.
What was it? Like respect the champion.
They just
Yeah,
getting
and
the
Beagle
Reynolds
was
too.
like, I love those brown Reynolds. Those are like
Yeah.
the Penny Brown, Tom Penny Brown.
What in
so
the beginning
good,
of the
though.
part, you're like puking. Were you just
And
hung
that
over
was,
or what the
honestly, I think it was just, I don't know if I like gassed myself out and like my blood sugar tanked or what, if I was I wasn't drunk or anything. I just like overexerted myself I was trying to half cab feeble that little skinny
Oh, the
one.
at Jaquan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, a half cab feeble.
And
Yeah.
I think I like kind of gashed my shin on the edge of it, like not too bad, but for whatever reason, like obviously I didn't pull it that night.
Yeah.
But then I was throwing up for whatever reason.
Because you were like doing it, you're like, it looked like you didn't even know what was going on. You're like, what the fuck?
I just out of nowhere, I'm just like, I gotta throw up. Like I'm like, okay, like
That's crazy.
I don't know.
I've never had that happen to me before.
Me neither.
When I've worked out so hard or skated so hard.
Throwing up
like
from
a leg
exhaustion.
day will do that. Like in the gym, like if you're training legs, like that's the one
Really?
muscle group to where towards the end of the workout, I'm like, I better stop. I'm feeling a little.
Interesting.
But usually your blood sugar will drop. That's what that is. Your blood sugar like goes down. So you kind of usually you'd sip a little apple juice or something, and it'll like help you. I didn't know any of this when I was skating. I'm just
Right,
like,
you just puke
let's
and
be
keep
10
trying it.
Mountain
Yeah.
Dews,
Yeah.
you know, yeah.
For sure.
Another Coke, you know.
So did you even get to see the video part before it came out, or?
I think they showed me a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they-
Interesting.
yeah.
The whole video, or just yours?
Just my part, I think. Once as they were working on it, I remember them showing me. You know.
Did you ever go out on the missions? Because at that point, too, they were starting to have generators and going out to spots.
I would go out sometimes just to support. You know.
Yeah. What trick? Were there any
Like
tricks
some of
you were
those
there?
Wilshire 15 and stuff, I'd be like praying for them, like on the other side of the street, dude. Like Sumner doing the frontside nose grind. I was there that night when
Oh,
he did
wow.
the frontside nose grind.
Damn. What about were you there for Greco and he's the back nose run or anything?
I wasn't there for that one. I know he would go late, you know.
Oh,
but
yeah.
yeah. And then what's it called? The what's that spot everyone skates? J-Quan, is that what it's called?
Yeah, J-Quan, yeah.
The gap to ledge, like
Yeah.
that. I always had better luck with that than I had like the rails or the ledges.
Oh,
Like,
do you skate the gap to
I
ledge?
did I did fakie tail slide, like
fakie
over.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
tail
yeah.
slide,
Oh, right, right, right,
Wow.
right, right.
And I remember
What video was that in Baker?
I
Was that in Baker Bootleg?
think that was just in like a Transworld video. But I remember I was there and I kept pussing out. I was bailing. I knew I could do it, but I wouldn't commit.
Yeah.
And then Ed Templeton and Jeff Rowley roll around the corner, and I'm like, oh fuck, like they're here, like you know,
Time
like
to-
I can't puss out. And then they even said like, quit being a pussy, you got that.
Yeah.
And then like right after that, like they pushed me, and like I remember doing it
amazing.
right after that
That's,
a little bit. Like,
that spot is sketchy, dude.
So sick.
Because it's like you're going flat out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like you're going up
Yeah.
and out. You're just going straight out into a ledge that's the same height.
Right.
It's sketchy.
It is definitely.
But now what they're doing, just sitting on that thing for days.
Oh yeah,
Tiago.
going right into the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going like they're alling into the middle of the street, pretty much.
pretty
Alling
much.
over
Yeah.
the street to the next
But yeah.
block, actually. But I mean, we did skip over Baker Bootleg. I mean, like this was before Baker 2G.
Yeah, that was more towards the beginning of everything, and they were just kind of like, you know, like doing a little video, like
Right.
a little
That-
Friends type crew video. But,
Yeah,
you know,
that definitely seemed like a homie video.
yeah, homie
Like
video.
a bunch
and
of
then
mischief.
and then it
going
was a
on.
big hit, and then I guess that's when they were like, let's do a company, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Baker 2, the Baker Bootleg. Yeah, you had some good stuff in there.
Because even this
dude.
last one, Baker 4, like Beagle was giving me, like, he would let me know, like, we got 1 year, we got 6 months. You know, you have like 3 weeks to still get a trick. Like for the last one, I wasn't skating, and then the very, very end, like I met up with them at Edison and like got one little thing for the Baker 4.
So when you're filming these videos, and so there was no talk.
And then some of these ones, Mark Nisbet filmed, like
Oh,
the
shit.
508 video. I was in all those too. So there was the Baker 2G and that whole era, but there was also, along with that same time, there was like 508, and there was like Jason Rothmeyer's crew,
Yeah,
Long
yeah.
Beach, Danny Montoya, you know. So I would go. So Nisbet filmed a lot of stuff too.
Got you.
So for some of his videos, like the New Horizon video, and
Oh,
so there was
yeah.
that whole crew over there. You know?
Right. But I mean, there was no getting on. I mean, there was no talks of ever getting on Baker. Like,
People, you know, friends and other people would like talk about it, but there was never any like talks like at the top or anything like that, you know.
Like
which is
Reynolds.
interesting.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because you're in the videos. People love you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're part of the crew.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure in the back of your mind, you.
I mean, yeah, there's a little part where you're like that would be sick, but I mean, I didn't really like spend too much time like dwelling on that, you know. Like
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
but
Who did you skate for though? When Baker 2G came out, were you skating
I
for
think I was
Origin?
I think it was Origin and then Lethal. Those were kind of going
Those were
back,
two-
you know.
okay.
And then Lethal went like I remember like I got a call from Justin Reynolds like, it's done, you know. Like I was at Reynolds' apartment, and then Justin called, you know, like Justin called me. He's like, yeah, like we're like they're cutting that.
Oh man.
Like it was City Stars, and then it was Lethal. I think I don't know.
Oh, that's
but I think
right.
they decided to like chop Lethal or whatever.
Wow.
I remember. I totally forgot about that. They were out of the same
And
place.
then I think after that, Jim Gray was still making boards. I think he's still like, I think after that, I might have still grabbed a board here and there from Jim, even though it was like kind of done, you know?
Yeah.
Look at this. You got a Lethal
And then I
ad
was
right
just
next,
like-
right next to Reynolds Spitfire ad.
Yes.
What are the odds?
Yeah. Hey, well, thank you for making that video
Bricktown.
part because you paved the
Oh.
way for us. Me and Chris can definitely
Oh,
say
dude.
that. We
Thanks for following up too.
No, it's just cool to see, man. Like,
Yeah.
like we said in the beginning of the show, not that many people were touching that thing.
Mm-hmm.
There were some things going on that, but not a fakey manual, fakey
not
trays,
many- not many-wise,
not
no.
switch
Yeah.
switch 180 manuals. Like there wasn't half the stuff that you were doing, you know. And that came out, we were like, whoa. Because that was my local spot too,
Yeah.
right? It was like the beach curbs and then the courthouse, you know. And we were like,
yeah.
holy cow,
Yeah.
this dude just came in
Once-
here and crushed. How do we not even see this guy come in here and skate this? You know what I mean? Like it's a weekend spot. We're there every weekend.
Yeah, I think it was like these weird little evenings, like I think it was just before like sundown. I don't know. We would just,
Stop by the
Sundown,
courthouse,
yeah.
yeah.
Brought the posse there to meet there at sundown.
yeah.
But that's awesome, though. I mean,
Hell yeah.
man, you were the originator of
Yeah.
that,
Dude,
that
that's
spot
awesome.
for sure. For
It
sure.
means a lot.
like I said, there's no one was people. What Costin? What he switch manual, switch heel? Was that like kind
On
of
the
same?
stage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, no one was. It wasn't a spot. It wasn't like that stage
It
wasn't
wasn't
like a
looked at like a manual.
No, it wasn't
Yeah.
looked at it like that. Not at
It
all.
was
We were
like a
just skating
ledge.
like the ledge.
And
Yeah.
everyone was getting picnic tables too, you know?
Yeah.
And the picnic, I like doing manual tricks on picnic tables too, but if you eat shit, you fall, there's
Yeah.
the drop right there.
Yeah.
So that's one thing about the courthouse stage. It might be high, but it's like, if you mess up there, you're gonna like, you're not gonna fall unless you eat shit at the very end.
At the end.
Right.
But if you're messing up on the trick and
Yeah.
then you roll, you're not gonna go off the edge of
What I would do, I would put-
wider.
At the end is scary. Once
Yeah.
if you start getting off balance at
Oh,
the
yeah,
end,
yeah,
you're going.
yeah.
You're
Goodness.
going.
Yeah, dude.
That's why I'd skate tables of manuals, and I would just put 2 tables together.
Oh yeah. See, that makes
Do a
sense.
little longer one, so you don't have that issue of falling off the end like
Yeah,
that.
because I would always take a lot, like I always was influenced by like a lot of Jason Dill skating, like anything that I would see him do nollie, I can't nollie worth shit, so I'd be like, okay, maybe I can do that fakie, or
Well,
a lot of nollie stuff I would see people, I would just, I can maybe, because I was always better at fakie. For
Oh yeah, you're
better at
definitely great at fakie.
I mean, I couldn't even imagine doing a nollie pop shove it nose wheelie on the stage.
Yeah.
I couldn't even imagine that. Like fakey pop, fakey manny. It just goes.
Yeah.
Nollie ones do that way too, but
I
fakie is
can't
easier.
And then the
Fakie-
fakie big spin was kind of a challenging one because you go into blunt slide. That's one where you had to like.
Oh, you did fakie big spin manual on it too,
Yeah,
didn't
I think
you?
that was the one. I think that was in the Baker 3.
Because that,
Yeah,
that's a
Baker
tough one to get
3.
on there. I've never done that. I've never done fakie big spin. Seems like it would work, but it always pre-mode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I never.
That's
had
what
that.
I would do. I tried his, not on the courthouse, but even just on that little Edison, the switch manual to switch frontside 360 shove it, and I could never get it around, or I'd primo, you know.
Well,
And I
the
saw you
beauty
do
of the
it.
stage too is like you had a little time
Oh, yeah,
for it to
yeah,
like
yeah,
go,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it wasn't like off a curb where you had to like whip it.
Yeah, yeah.
You could just kind of like
let it go,
let it
just
go
let it
and
come around.
catch out. Yeah.
Interesting. You brought up Jason Dill too on the fakie shove it because
Yeah.
I remember him doing on the on
That's
the tables.
where I kind of
Yeah.
got it.
and I was like,
from,
"Whoa,
you know?
that was
Yeah.
sick!" And then I
Yeah.
saw you doing that, like, but you brought it to the stage, and
Yeah.
I put you two together. I'm like, "Oh, he must,"
Yeah.
because
And
Dill
I grew
set
up
it off.
skating with him too. He went to Fountain Valley High School. Like, I mean, for a short period of time. Then he went to that whatever where they take the bad kids to the learning.
Oh,
Well, you know, he won't be. He knows. You know? But I remember because he was on Black Label still back then, you know, and Blockhead, remember seeing Jason Dill when he was like 11 years old at Huntington High. Like, who is this crazy kid just blasting down the kink rail? Like, and he was on Lester Kasai, House of Kasai then, you know. But I grew up skating with him too. Like,
It's so rad.
and then he moved
that-
to New York. I haven't seen him in probably 20 years, but.
Oh yeah, he's
Still
done a lot of
rad.
amazing things.
Oh, yeah, for sure, dude.
The high school was hell of a spot to skate. The
Yeah.
Huntington
Oh,
High.
Huntington High, yeah.
definitely.
That was like it was kind of unreal to be honest.
That was a landmark for sure. A lot of skaters definitely pulled
Yeah,
up to there for
yeah.
sure.
but it was a big bust.
It was a bust, yeah.
Yeah.
There was a few times when like there's always someone that's like, oh, let's just go skate there. I skate there all the time. They're not gonna come, and then it's like, are you sure? And then okay, we go, and then we're skating the stage, and motorcycle cop. Like I think me and Greco got rolled
wow.
up on a motorcycle cop. We just had to go to court. I mean, you just had to go to court and pay the ticket, you know. But
Yeah.
there we are standing in line at the
Oh, dude,
I mean, what
gym, you know.
this happened to me plenty of times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
must have like Tom Penny seemed like Tom Penny. Did you see him there back in the day at the Huntington Park?
Huntington Park, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I seriously to this day still trip on the Huntington Park.
Yeah.
It's like it's as big as this room, but like everybody went there.
Yeah.
Tom Penny, Ronnie Krieger, like whoever was.
Reynolds, like
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
New.
But I mean, just this little park.
There'd be,
Yeah.
It's
there'd be
crazy.
sessions that were just going off like.
But it was the only thing really around, like
Yeah.
skate
That
park.
too. That
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I never made my way down there too often either.
Yeah.
I guess we had like all our spots up here.
Yeah.
We wouldn't really venture off down there.
Did they make you wear pads and shit?
No, I don't think so.
Not
at
Huntington
No,
Huntington
not
Park.
at that little.
No one
way.
even
Ever.
Well, I
no
think-
one regulated that spot.
Well, I think
No.
everything was like under 3 feet,
Yeah.
right? It was
That's
like
the thing. You
everything
get
was
used to
small.
that hip, and then you go to like one of these contests, and it's like all of a sudden you're skating burl banks, you know, like kind of
Seriously.
compared to like that mellow one. You get used to that mellow hip,
yeah.
and then some of these obstacles, some of these contests, you're like, whoa, I got to get used to this, like those wedge ramps and shit, you know.
Was the Huntington Park like your go-to like spot where you just would?
Yeah, and then that's
cruise
where,
and
where
hang
people
out
would be
at?
like, where we'd meet up too, you know, like a lot of times, like when Reynolds and them still lived out there, we would
Yeah.
go eat at Jan's and then go to the Huntington Park after. Or,
Okay, okay.
Or you just be driving by, going somewhere, and you're like, oh shit, so and so's there, you know? Turn around,
Stop.
let's go skate,
Yeah.
you know?
Wow, what a
Yeah.
trip!
There was the day in the life that was it with was it the Warner House crew. It was Day in the Life from 4 and 1.
Yeah.
And that was when there was like, it was them partying like crazy and skating.
Yeah.
It was so
I
funny.
mean, look at Tom Penny skating this thing. Like, you got to understand, people, this park is tiny.
that
that little
pyramid,
pyramid is-
that
He was
pyramid
amazing, but
that-
I didn't know how legendary it was, when it was going on, even with Tom. It's like, but that was like the English invasion,
Right?
like when they came and
Yeah,
they were
what
skating
was
stuff.
going
It's
on?
like, they're skating that. I didn't think that. I never thought of that as like some of the like that police station handrail across from the from the park.
Dude, wait. Look at this line real quick.
this
Yeah.
line
Can we look at this
is-
line? Look at this line. Throws down, frontside flips over the pyramid, chilling, goes up the little, ollies up the little bank, pushes,
Switch push,
switch frontside flip,
chilling.
looks up underneath his beanie,
Yeah,
Just going in circles. Let's go.
nollie pop, and then 180 off the.
yeah.
That date was steep, dude. I thought you could skate as a ledge.
Yeah,
You know?
And then
Dude,
the
ahead,
TSA video.
Yeah.
Sorry to-
No,
to-
please.
Where that Dwyer ledge, the one where he had the front side. I don't think he had the front side blunt side cover.
Yeah.
But he kick flipped that set, and then you land
Oh, yeah.
you land on this little like step like that.
Yeah.
But, some of the
Dude.
all the stuff he did.
I'm sorry. Look at this kid in the background. Hold on. Look, I got it in slow mo.
Then there was
look at
one-
this kid in the background. Face planted there.
I
Took
never
a bad
noticed
one.
that.
Look at this.
He
What is
took a
going
bad
on?
one right there.
Who is that? Do you recognize that dude, Brad?
Is that you, Brad?
Dude.
No, that-
Wow.
Must have smoked some
going
of that
on?
haze weed. No, I'm just kidding.
What happened to that dude? Oh, Hayes got to him, man. But we can see here. This is amazing. Look how steep this is. Look how steep that is.
Yeah.
it's so steep and quick.
And he does a nollie cab like a nollie 360. Come on, bro.
Super
Penny.
comfy.
But that is amazing. That dude he's laid out. Wow.
Yeah, that was cool. Like when 1996, that was the year I went to Europe. They had that. That was the Switzerland contest where they did the hippie jump through the car.
Oh,
I
that's
think
right.
T-Bone did it, and
Yeah.
then like Tom followed up, or
Yeah.
vice versa. But I remember that.
Did you go to that Radlands contest too?
No, I didn't. I never made it over to England. We just
Oh.
did the Amsterdam. We started in Amsterdam, which was awesome, and then moved our way down.
Okay.
That was.
Let me ask you a question real quick.
Oh my god, the heel flip was amazing.
Who when
Yeah.
Tom Penny was destroying this thing, what was he doing out here? Who was he staying with? Do
I
we
think
know?
he was staying with Jeff.
Jeff Rowley.
Jeff and
Wow.
then Sumner was staying with Reynolds.
Look at the way he landed that. Oh, so he was saying so. It
And
was,
then sometimes I think he was staying over at Steve Black's, and they had a apartment. I think at one point I think they were living together. I can't remember, but
okay.
all around Huntington, they had apartments and stuff.
dude, what a trip! What a little area
Yeah.
for everybody to kind of conjugate.
Yeah.
at.
A little hot zone.
Little
Yeah.
hot zone.
Yeah.
But you're not tripping, right?
No.
I mean, everybody, it's just the homies
Yeah,
back then.
it was just cool. I was just kind of stoked that they all kind of, that they were living there now. It's like, this is a cool.
I mean, you grew up
time.
there. You grew up
Yeah,
on that
yeah.
street.
Yeah.
What are the odds
I was
that
born on that street, Warner, Fountain Valley
do you mean you were
Hospital.
Warner.
On Warner, technically. I was born on Warner.
Warner from
Fountain
then
Valley
here-
Hospital,
and then
Warner,
every-
and Euclid.
I mean, here comes Reynolds, Steamer.
And
I mean,
then Fountain
like,
Valley, it's a pretty gangster slogan. It's a nice place to live.
A nice place
That's
to
what it
live.
says on the sign. Fountain Valley, a nice place to live. So might get that across here.
nice place that just tatted up on the chest. Yeah. What do we got here? This is another Warner Ave. Oh,
This is-
4-1 Warner Ave crew.
man.
Kelly knows about this.
Oh yeah.
Day in the life. What episode is this,
Ooh,
Kelly?
Fugazi.
It's actually a good question. I'm gonna say it's 31. I can't remember.
Hold on.
Dude.
Can I just say something here? Look at the phone that Rolly's on. Little cordless phone. Got it right next to his bed.
Yeah.
Little charger there.
Dude.
7:40 in the morning. Bullshit. They're waking up at 7:40 p.m.
Man, this is such an
Summer.
epic time, dude. No shame.
Oh my God, dude, that's awesome.
Holy cow.
Wow.
What was it like being there? Like, would you go to their house and just
I
chill
would-
and party and stuff?
Yeah, I'd go there and hang for a little bit because at that point, I just hung out with a lot of my friends. Like grew weed and just kind of I had access to a lot of bud just through friends and stuff like so.
Okay.
So whenever I would always help them get bud and stuff. I'd come over and drop off some bud and there'd always be some wild shit going on there. But Because I remember one time, I think it was when I broke my toes.
Your toes?
Because remember the dumpster that people used to do tricks over? Jason Dill had a fakey flip over it.
Yeah.
Actually, that was the day that I I was kind of, I'm not saying that I found the spot, but that was the day where I picked that spot to go, and then Dill came along with.
What spot?
And I was going to try to switch
Cherry
hard
Park?
flip this dumpster, the dumpster off the loading dock.
Yeah.
What dumpster?
Yeah.
Which one's that?
I think there was an opener. I
think it's across from Moody Park, or
I don't know
it's
where
an
it
opener.
was.
Jason Dill had an opener fakey flip.
I think it's issue 27.
But basically, I tried to switch hard flip it and broke my toes.
Multiple toes.
Just like the pinky toe got dislocated, and then the middle one broke. But I basically was like, I bailed. I broke my toes. I drove home with a broken foot.
Damn.
And then I remember Dill got the fakey flip opener. Bam.
Oh, was that day?
Yeah.
That was a good one, dude. That was an ill photo too.
Yeah. But back to that, because I was on crutches for a while, and then I remember one time I was crutching myself over to the apartment, and Greco was like, I guess he saw me crutching over. He was just like, I forgot what he said. He's all, he just said, you look like just like so hijinks, like creeping up the stairs with the crutches or something. I don't know.
What an iconic video to be in, though, dude. Like, seriously, I think I said it before. Is like I feel like that video, Baker 2, put you on a different pedestal.
Oh, for sure.
Within the industry and just in general, like you were. Not that you weren't anywhere before, but it thrust you into like fame.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Even just like Shake Junt and all those like anytime they do any kind of little thing on their Instagram or something where they mention me, it's like I get a thrust of like activity. I'm like, what's going on? I remember a couple of years back, I was like, what the hell's going on? I was getting like back from vacation, and I think they gave me like a happy birthday like shout out or something.
Hell yeah.
But like all this activity comes up from, but yeah, they're always like boosting me.
I love it, dude. I love it. I mean, it was like it was an iconic part in that video, like you help make that, you were a part of it,
absolutely.
which is, it's incredible. Like I look back on things where I'm like, damn, like, yeah, right. Like hot chocolate. Like I was I'm just blessed to be a part of that.
Yeah, that's the way I feel
to have
too.
tricks
Yeah,
in there,
exactly,
and like, again, we're not thinking about,
because they're not gonna just put in something that's like that's like whatever, just because they're like, oh, he's a nice guy, let's put in this like.
Well, I felt like that sometimes. Like he's a nice guy. Let's just throw in his
put that in there,
yeah. Sometimes
top shoving nose grinding. He's a nice guy.
Sometimes they're surprised when you see a trick. You're like, I didn't think they would use that. Right. You're like, oh, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
You gotta trust them,
Yeah,
but also, like, you're not thinking about this video, like we said before, like Baker 2, you're not thinking that this is gonna be this crazy video.
Like, oh, this is gonna set me off.
Right, like, yeah, right. We're not thinking about. We're just, dude. We're just skating with with our homies, and that's it. And it becomes something.
Yep.
You can never bet on something being like, dude, we're a part of something crazy here. Wait till this video comes out, man. It's gonna change our lives. Like, who says that? Who even thinks that?
I think it's awesome about that video. This is every video almost. There's always one part of a video that really connects with you. Like, here's always your favorite part, right?
Yeah.
And there's so many different parts, but that was when a lot of personality was really starting to shine.
Yeah.
Like the piss drunks.
Especially with the Baker crew.
And then, of course, Dustin, that's another
Especially.
whole chapter of like, like when I met him in a Volcom tour in Hawaii. I think that was like 98 when Remy... We went to Hawaii on a tour, and then he's like, "Yeah, you're gonna meet this kid Dustin." That's when Remy first discovered Dustin on an Australian tour or something.
Oh.
So I met him, like, got off the plane, and like there's Dustin in the van, in the Volcom van, so
drinking a beer.
Oh yeah, like 15, already just like a maniac, So
how was their first interaction with him?
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, he was just he's a lot a lot of personality to handle, but
yeah.
Even at a young age,
yeah.
Probably even more hyper. Jeez.
Almost like mature at that age in a way, kind of like.
I remember seeing him at the Huntington Park before he was like, no one even knew who he was. And he had his hoodie on and he almost looked scary. You're like, who is this dude? Like, he's gnarly, but.
Yeah.
And then you see him in the video. I was like, oh, this is that
Next
kid at the
level.
park.
Yeah.
This is that kid at Huntington Park.
So you met him in Hawaii, on a Hawaii
and
trip.
And then he came back and was staying like at the Volcom house or something. So Remy told me to like show him around, So that's when I started showing him around town.
Where was it?
And that's when he came over to Andrews, and like we went sometime. I can't remember when, but I took him over to Andrews' house, and like
So you're hell.
the
You
rest
And
is-
then that was kind of
the
like,
rest is
yeah, the rest
history.
is history, kind of, you know.
Where was
know-
the Volcom house?
And I remember thinking to myself, like, man, are they going to be bummed? Like, I mean, this guy's, because Dustin was so wild. I was like, I hope I'm not, like, imposing, like, bringing this crazy kid over to the Baker house, you know? Like, God, who are you bringing over here, bro? This guy's crazy, you know?
Well,
But it was, like, it was perfect, you know?
And I ended up loving him.
Yeah.
It's funny. You're like kind of the reason why Baker, not the reason, but a big connection.
Yeah.
Dustin, Dollin, and Beagle, connecting them with Reynolds and all
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
That's
It's
pretty
kind of
amazing.
trippy how
That
that
is.
works like that, you know?
Yeah. Huntington back then was a hot spot for sure.
It's real
Say
mellow.
now.
Now,
Yeah.
you know? There's still some, like,
Now it's like Long Beach.
Yeah.
Say,
Moved up to Long
in the
Beach.
Valley.
Yeah.
Valley's definitely got it.
Yeah.
Which part?
Yeah.
Which part? Like Simi Valley?
No. That was fucking funny though.
But or that one day we were talking about earlier, the park, the recreational park. Mm-hmm. That's like a lot of people are going there. It's not like a skate spot, but it's like a little park.
Which park
Yeah.
is that?
The one,
recreation park.
I don't know, what is that park called? The one with
Edison Rec Center.
Edison Rec
That's
Center?
with the
Oh,
manual
that's the
pad with
manual pad
wall.
with the wall.
And then they just built like the manual pad with the walls over here,
Mm-hmm.
and then down the way, like 100 feet down, they built the new little park.
Is that the little with the red curb and the?
Yeah, the red curb. It's got like a
kinda
nice
open.
like kind of manual pad stage like that
Yes,
big, and then
right.
the flat bar and just kind of a little street park, you know.
Yeah.
Is it a small park too? Or is it kind of big?
It looks.
It's open and wide. It's not like
Yeah.
the Huntington Park where you're gonna run into a wall as soon as you land
Yeah.
something, you know.
Didn't Canton Russell have something to do with that park?
Yeah, he did. I think he helped like design.
I think he
Some
did.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's where Abe's bench went, right? Didn't it go there for a sec? You know the curved bench?
I think so. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen that there. Yeah,
That thing, where's that thing now? Do we know where that thing's
I don't
at?
know. If you're out there, Abe's
Yeah, what
bench,
happened?
let us know.
Yeah, their Instagram just kind of died off. I never really seen too many posts of them. They lost track of the bench. They lost track of it.
They tried.
Well, Kelly brought up a good thing earlier, like before the show too. Was like you did Fakey Pop, Fakey Manny on the stage. Kelly did it. I did it.
Yeah.
We bit your shit.
And you knew he did it.
Yeah, sorry about that.
We knew-
We
yeah.
inspired to do it because he did it.
No, I was trying to take him out.
Oh.
Like, I was like, yo, let me
It's all good.
try to shove it out or something. Let me one up
work
this
a little
guy.
something
No,
in
I'm just
there.
kidding. No, but I don't know. It's weird because like you don't really do that, right? ABDs and you kind of steer clear, but I don't
Yeah.
know, man. We just did it. So
Well,
sorry.
And it
about
was
that.
and it was in your video parts.
Yeah.
Both of you.
Yeah, what
It
video?
was
Yeah, I
in
think
my
so.
video part. It was in mine.
right.
Ron's looking at me like a.
All right. I see how you did.
No, I think mine was on
Didn't
Twitter.
PJ
or
Ladd
something.
did the fakey manual, fakey 3-flip also.
Yeah, I
On
remember
the
that.
stage.
Yeah.
PJ
Oh.
Ladd did that.
He did.
Yeah.
I actually liked his fakey 3-flip better than mine, but I know, whatever, I know I did.
Yeah, it's interesting in a spot specifically like that where someone does the same trick, but there's also you can't do all that much on that stage. I mean, people have learned to do stuff on
Totally.
it now, but
Yeah.
back then,
Yeah.
what could you really do?
Well, that's a go-to right there.
For me, it's fakie shove, fakie mail is my go-to trick.
Right.
Yeah,
Because
I learned
you
that.
can,
for sure.
you can pop it up high. It just and plus on the stage, it just goes into fakey
Yeah.
Manny.
Right.
Yeah.
It just,
Fakey
it just
shove?
goes in there.
Right.
It's
Fakey-
easy.
There was one, what's
Not easy,
the Cherry Park manual pad?
Uh-huh.
Like, what was it, maybe a couple of years ago when I kind of was still skating before my kid was born. I did the fakey pop, fakey manual, fakey varial flip.
Yep.
Like kind of all in one run. Like that was like
Sick.
kind of like one of the better things I've done like in my later years,
Yeah.
you know?
I would say
It's a flowy trick
And it
too.
flowed, yeah,
Yeah.
too. It was one of those ones where I was like, oh shit, it like worked out.
fakie ollieing into something is harder than fakie shoving.
Yeah, once you
For
get
sure.
used to
Yeah.
doing the fakey pop, it's way more comfortable to just guide it in there and
It's
like
easier to maneuver onto the ledge. It's it looks harder maybe, but it's easier.
No,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
so much easier.
Is it like
It's like a little hook.
Because if
kinda
you go kind of fast and pop early, your whole board just goes right up into it. And I don't know, fakie ollie, you have to use.
that's kind of how like the nollie backside 180, like I can do that up high stuff, but I couldn't nollie up a curb if I couldn't
straight on
nollie
it?
frontside 180 up a curb, but I can nollie backside 180 up. I did it
Yeah.
up the courthouse.
I feel the same way with nollie backside.
For
as
some
well.
reason, I can get it up, you know, but
Yeah.
Straight nollie. The only person I've
Robbie
seen.
McKinley,
He did, dude.
straight nollie,
Nollie nose manual.
nollie nose manual.
Nollie flip out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Was it nollie heel or nollie flip out?
Nollie flip.
Nollie flip.
Casey Rigdon did nollie heel nose wheelie.
Oh, yeah.
Nollie heel
Yeah.
nose wheelie.
That's
That was beyond.
pretty fucked.
Yeah, that was way too far ahead. Where everyone was like,
long
Yeah.
blew our minds. Like, whoa, whoa.
You're like, wait, what did he do?
Nollie heel? You're like,
Or that
Settle down,
someone,
dude.
someone did 360 flip nose wheelie, nollie 360 flip out.
Nick Tucker.
no.
I was like, he did the nollie front foot.
Yeah,
one,
yeah. Who did the nollie? Who did the nollie tray out?
Jordan Morning, I think, did it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wait,
yes.
wait.
He did.
360 flip, nose wheelie, nollie tray.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw
Jordan
like,
Morning.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
okay.
Yeah, crazy.
I remember seeing people starting to do tray flip nose mail there.
Now that-
Felipe was trying it.
yeah.
Felipe
That was the
Gustavo.
day I saw you. He was
Oh,
trying
that's
it,
right.
you know?
Yeah, he was getting right
He was
there.
getting into it, yeah.
And I remember talking with Nick Tucker about so I saw Nick Tucker trying it later, and he couldn't figure it out. I was like, "Hey, try popping a little earlier."
Well, you have to.
Yeah.
And,
Totally.
you have
and
to,
like put it a line. Like, let's make a line right here. And he just started. It's the day he did it.
I mean, just think about
Like he figured it out, and then he
Yeah.
went to nollie heel flip out, and nollie front foot flip out. And you're like,
That's how it was like working. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
just think about trying to tray flip up something and how far
Yeah.
you have to. I mean, your board is hitting the like you.
I'd have a hard
It's
time
un-
tray flipping up a curb.
Yeah.
Let alone fucking.
they have a different way of doing it.
I have
though.
a hard time guiding the note. Like, I'm not good at catching with the front foot. Like,
Oh.
Yeah.
so I have a hard time, like, trying to get to land nose wheelie. Like,
You did one at the Petco manual.
He did.
But on that trick, it's hard to like. They have a different type of tray flip. It's like it's a scoop.
Yeah.
But it goes so quick.
Yeah.
Like mine go a little slower, but theirs goes really, really quick. So it can get it up real fast. And it was just
Yeah.
weird to watch them be able to do that. I don't know.
High manual pads are interesting. You know,
There's not too many of them.
But to see what people are starting to do on them, from where
Yeah.
we came, just a fakie manual, something like that, fakie tray was monumental to like what they're doing now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they'll do these contests at the courthouse stage, and
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
like in a contest environment, they're just doing. You're like,
Dude,
what is going on? Like,
well, that's what.
Oh my god!
I skated one of those at the courthouse. And I got second place. I was pretty stoked. But I did a trick there, with the 15 minutes we had. I did a couple tricks on it, and I was like, dude, that one trick I did fakie shove, switch manual, switch flip out on it, and I was like, that took me months to get that, and then I somehow just did it in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I was like, this is so
Is that-
weird. Yeah, I don't know.
you dug deep for that, like, for the contest, you know?
Yeah, but then Diego Najera did nollie varial flip nose meal, nollie flip.
Crazy.
In that 15 minutes.
Yeah. Crazy.
I'm like, in that 15 minutes,
That's what I was thinking of actually.
Yeah,
when I was
yeah.
the contest stuff.
Yeah.
The Diego. Yeah.
Nollie flip, shove it, nose wheelie.
nollie flip out.
Nollie flip out, get him.
Like, that's insane. And that
And then
would
there's
usually
a window where your muscles are gonna start like
yeah.
Not
after
working
a while
right.
you're like,
Oh.
okay, I'm not getting up it anymore.
Well, that
you
was
know?
the thing
Like-
that tripped me out about the stage back then, is because we would skate it every weekend. So we would have that. I was building my legs
Oh, yeah.
up for that stage, and then the windows, right? They would
Yeah.
shut. The windows would slam shut. You're hitting the stage. You're bonking it. You're sliding across that thing, and then the
Yeah.
window opens.
You can't
And
skate
you're like,
once a month and then like go to the courthouse.
Yeah. You have to train yourself.
Dill used
Yeah.
to be able to do that. He would he hadn't skated for like 3 weeks, or like sometimes he hadn't skated for like a month or two, and then he'd go on a photo shoot with Ortiz and just like muster up something like
Who is this?
Dill.
Oh, wow.
He'd be real rusty, but then he would like need an ad or something, and he'd find something to like
Still
get
pull
up on there.
yeah.
You know,
Still
like,
pull a
get it-
trick out the bag.
Yeah, totally. He was always good at that.
That's right.
We were just talking about this recently about going to the courthouse and seeing if we can even ollie up this thing.
I for sure can do it. I know I can.
I know I could 180 up it. 'Cause you could listen, you could throw a 180.
I know I can ollie up it. I'm not even tripping up, but we needed to do that.
Brad.
Yeah, I trip out
Well,
looking.
last time we were there, I was making the fakie ollie up there. I was trying to but I wasn't really having much luck like getting into the manual, but I was getting up it. But
I remember you were skating in
short-lived.
some like big ass Air Maxes.
oh yeah.
You always like skating big ass shoes.
I had those Air Maxes, and then that was when I just started getting back into skating. I didn't even think I had much skate shoes, so I
Yeah.
was using those. But then after that, I started switching over. I think you guys gave me some ES or something.
Yeah.
But then I was still skating in those big, bulky ones. You know, What are those ones I
The
brought?
schemes?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
schemes,
yeah.
and they're the older ones where you can barely feel your board. But you just feel so cushiony.
Yeah,
Something
no.
about it though, like they
Yeah.
worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would skate in these big huffs, man, the
Yeah.
DVS, and they're
Bruh.
just boots.
Psycho.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they worked.
The Stealth was like dumb big. I couldn't believe I used to skate in that shit. Yeah.
Was that your shoe?
No.
Oh.
But now when I'm not used to the new shoes, I know you can feel your board, but it's still like I don't like to walk around like in skate shoes. I don't know. Maybe I'm just so used to running shoes. So many years of wearing like running shoes.
Because you like
Yeah.
you like your feet to be comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Comfortability is key right now at this stage in our
yeah.
lives.
Yeah,
You
for
know?
sure.
But yeah, it's interesting the moon boots, skating in
Yeah.
those things.
But you
They
skate for
work,
Emerica.
though. They work.
They did.
I'm almost ready to get the New Balance dad shoe. You know, the dad model. It's like
Oh,
the big
yeah, I got-
leather with the thick.
Trust me, I got a pair, dude. I love those things.
Were you so you rode for Emerica when you were in Baker 2G and everything? Were you on the team or just getting flowed shoes?
Well, I was on the team. Well, because I was in the yellow video.
Yeah.
So I was on the team. I never got paid or anything, but I always got shoes and
Yeah.
you know.
You had ads for Emerica?
I had a few. I think there was a couple, like one or two. It might have been a CCS like catalog ad or something, but maybe there was one or two times I had. Not very many,
Well,
but
Yeah, I guess at that point, Baker 2G, they were like narrowing down the team to like the Emerica team. Like
Yeah.
that makes sense, obviously, but like
Yeah.
like Reynolds and Ed Templeton and
Yeah.
the specific Heath Kirchart. It was specific. Back then, Emerica when it first started was like it was probably like 50 people on the team.
yeah. So
It definitely nailed it.
I was just stoked to be getting shoes, you know.
Did you ever work there?
I remember I thought about it, and then I forgot when, but I pondered it, and then I think it was Steve or Don was like the Will's warehouse hours is like those guys are no joke, you know, like.
Because do you work in a warehouse now?
Yeah, but I mean, it's like I do a twilight shift where it's like from 6 p.m. to maybe like 11 o'clock at night. Sometimes it'll go longer, but there's nights where it's like 3-4 hours and I'm done.
That's mellow.
And then
not
you get the
bad.
benefits. You get the full benefits.
Right,
So,
Yeah.
right.
I mean, you kind of need some other like hustles and like, you know, a lot of people work other jobs too, but just for that to go in there for that short period of time, like
Yeah.
Monday through Friday to get the benefits, you know, is like,
Right.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, and we'll get into what you're doing right
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
but I think it's interesting because you were on this trajectory, you know, you had sponsors, you were doing your thing, Baker 2G, huge, you know, and like, when did it start to trail off when you were like, oh, let
Well,
me
when
go into
you-
the real world?
yeah, well, Lethal was done, and then I
Lethal.
wasn't really getting any money from skating, and then at the same time, just kind of coincidentally started to kind of get into working out too, and then that was besides skating, that's the other thing that like skating is always like, number one in my life, you know, skating, and then nothing ever could come along to like take that, and then working out came about, and like that kind of like the one thing that's neck and neck with skating, you know, is in my life.
Like
you know?
it kept you going,
kept me
it
going,
kept you
and then
something
that
to
kind of
look
helped
forward
me.
to.
Yeah, and then as I transitioned out of skating, it kind of helped me kind of stay positive, stay in shape, instead of like stopping skating and then you're just sitting around playing
Doing
video
nothing.
games or something.
Yeah,
and then,
yeah.
You know,
But
I didn't
did you
want to be.
already have a job lined up, or what were you doing?
My brother was working at a private gym, like in Anaheim Hills, and
Okay.
it was like Big Brad was actually the guy that owned the gym.
Big Brad.
Rest in peace, Big Brad.
Okay.
He's badass. He basically I learned everything, like all the work. Like I have my certification, but the hands-on was where I learned most of everything about fitness through him. You know.
Got you.
So my brother got me the job there, probably like 2004, right after Baker 3, and then the skating kind of trickled off a little bit, and then I got into that, and then I started just doing the personal training.
Amazing.
Oh, so you
big-
started doing personal training.
Yeah, I was
that
working at
your-
at a private gym. I would do like the mornings and in the evenings, like split shift. You know.
What is somebody? I mean, listen. This was what did you say? 2004, 2005ish. What do you charge for something like that? What do you charge for a personal training session?
I mean, it can go from anywhere from like 35 an hour to like 100 an hour,
Yeah.
depending on like who your clients are. You know. I mean,
If-
if you got a,
okay.
you know, like,
You
and
gotta-
the gym I worked at, my boss Big Brad, he basically had all the he was like almost pro bodybuilder. He was all juiced to the gills.
Okay,
And like I
gotcha.
mean, I respect all the nutrition stuff. Like I learned a lot from him. You know, I always kept it natty. You know.
Yeah.
Like, hey, let's test him. I'm not trying to be Liver King here. No. test him. No, but
As long as you tell the truth.
Oh
man.
yeah. I mean, dude, I was like, dude, if I was, I would like Weck doesn't care. He's like, yeah, give me the needle. Like,
Jeez.
All juiced up.
he's like, hey, I'm Juice. That's my pro model.
Wait, so what do you do at
but,
for a personal trainer? Like, what is that?
Yeah.
So someone
Like if I come into
Yeah.
you, look at me.
Yeah.
Look at me. Horrible, right?
No,
Skinny.
Well, I mean, you have a good like template to where you don't have to lose a bunch of weight. You could just start packing
Right.
the muscle on, you know?
So like if I came into you and I'm like, yo, get me
Yeah.
on a program, like
Yeah, that's another
what-
thing. Like, there's no one size fits all. Like every client,
Different.
That's what I'm saying,
different, you know,
right?
like one thing might work for somebody, it might not work for another. You know.
What about food? Do you get them onto a certain diet, or do you
it
help them
just-
with that
Some
too?
people, if they want all that, like I mean, it's important, you know.
Yeah.
Then we wouldn't force that unless they wanted it. Like, let's just get you in here working out and just get you started, you know.
but food.
But food's so important,
big,
you know.
crucial
like,
part of it.
Oh, it's
Crucial.
so yeah. Like you can do all the ab workouts and crunches, and it's like if you're not, you know, like what do
need
they
to-
say? Like abs are built in the kitchen, right?
Yeah, you need the protein, right? You
Yeah.
need protein
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Straight up.
Yeah.
So do you do like shakes and stuff like that, or
I
you
mean,
just
real
eat?
food's always better, but
Real
like, I
food,
mean,
okay.
I'll throw in a shake here and there. Like if I know I'm not going to be able to get the amount of protein I need, you know, I'll
Are you
throw
like-
in a little shake. I like shakes. I like the way it tastes. Like it's like chocolate. I've always liked chocolate milk, you know.
Okay,
So I
yeah.
got a good like chocolate one from my nutrition shop or whatever, animal-based protein.
It's tough, man.
So-
I don't know what to do.
But real food's always like, you know.
Key.
What, are you like counting
Like
your
for
macros?
example,
or-
there's this one supplement. Like I'm sure you've heard of the athletic greens. Like everyone's
they're
selling all
one of
these, you know?
we
those.
use
But,
9
like,
Club at checkout.
I just got on one of those.
Okay.
Well, it's like keto. It's the same thing, but a different brand or whatever.
Gotcha.
But I'm because I know I'm not eating my fruits and vegetables as much as I need to. You know. So now I do a scoop of that in the morning. I know like I'm
Yeah.
Got it. You're
you know?
covered with that.
Yeah,
Right,
at
right,
I mean,
right.
still try to eat fruit and vegetables. You know, but at least I know I'm getting it in there. You know.
What's
Yeah.
like your go-to? Like, what do you usually eat? Do you have the same? Do you eat the same thing almost every day? Like, do you have like kind of
I
like?
mean, I've actually like, believe it or not, I've been like my metabolism. Knock on wood, I've been able to get away with like quite a bit. Like I can kind of eat whatever I want. I'm not gonna get fat, you know. But like if I start kind of watching what I eat and like trying, you know, paying attention and cleaning my like I can, you know, I notice like some results, you know.
Oh, okay. I mean, you look
Gotcha.
pretty
Like
big
the-
right now, to be honest. So it's, I mean,
Yeah. I mean, and then I'll go through phases too. Like in the summer, like I was doing that intermittent fasting a little bit, you know. I was doing that a little bit, a couple times a week, and that helps you get super lean. And then I went to the nutrition shop. I was going to get some supplements, and like they have a little thing you get on that tests all your like body composition. And I was telling him that I was fasting and stuff like, and he's all you might be fasting a little too much. He's all maybe just tone it down a little bit, like. Whatever, like
What's
so.
the new-
I kind of like started adding more like food, you know. So I'm kind of like bulking right now a little bit, you know. But
Do you do clean? Like when Nick Dompierre was here, you're familiar with Nick Dompierre, skater. Turned. You
See,
know,
they probably know a lot. I'm not. They probably know a lot more than me. Like, I mean,
Gotcha.
I mean, I have my certification and I know what I've learned hands on.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I
for
wouldn't
sure.
consider
I mean,
myself
you
like
can,
like a expert.
but
know,
you can
I know.
guide somebody
Yeah,
in the right direction. Because for him, it was, you know, like eggs, you know, rice, chicken,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
broccoli. It was
yeah.
like clean stuff.
Totally, yeah.
Okay.
And then and then of course all the excess carbs, and it's when you drink your sugar, like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of the people that like, you know, like that's just, like a lot of that. Even smoothies, when you use like too much of like the wrong fruit, you can like be having mad sugar. You know, you think you're being healthy with like acai bowls and stuff, but then you're loading all that.
It's so
They're
much
good
sugar.
though, you know.
hell
but
yeah.
No doubt.
There's still benefits in there, but sometimes you got to be careful about how much sugar you're like taking in. You know, but I don't think, you know, you would have to worry about. I mean,
Chris, you should get
my-
buff, dude. I've been
Yeah.
saying this for. You would look awesome.
Thank you. Bro.
Yeah,
Give it a try. I'm down.
it'd be amazing, dude. You're just
It's hard to.
ripped, like little ass shirt on. Just,
No, but it's.
you might be the first sleeveless guest we've had on the show.
and I was actually like kind of like looking. I was like, what are people like rocking? You know, I was once again kind of overthinking. Like, what am I going to wear? Should I do this? Should I do that? Is this too much? Is that?
This is
You know,
overthinking it.
but I'm like,
No, trust me, the thumbnail on this is going to look amazing.
Okay,
You're going to
yeah,
stick
yeah,
out
yeah.
like no other.
And plus, I figured my tattoos kind of tell a story a little bit too. So I'm like, you know,
Yeah, you got a lot of
It
tattoos.
works,
drunks
man.
You got the piss drunks
PD.
and everything.
kid's name, you know.
Yep. It's funny going back to the piss drunks and the Baker stuff and all that, and like they had so much of an impact over skateboarding and skateboarders. I mean, like literally overnight, everybody was dressed like them and doing their
Yeah.
thing. But also the influence that they had over people,
Yeah.
piss drunks, getting drunk and high and all
Yeah,
that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
But then look at them now, and they're all sober.
Oh yeah, they're all exactly.
Maybe
so.
not Dustin, but you know,
But
most of them.
yeah.
Did he start? He started piss drunk skateboards. Do you see that?
I'm sure he did. Yeah.
He
Well, I
started
know he
As
had
of
a
recently?
Yeah, I saw an ad for.
I know he
someone,
had a clothing thing going on.
or maybe it was a clothing thing. Maybe it's not
I know he had a
boards.
clothing
I'm gonna have to see if they can get a board on piss.
Yeah.
Dustin.
But it's an interesting trajectory to go from like this to like clean living
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
sober and you know, it's just fun. I mean, listen, it didn't influence me per se, but I
Yeah.
know it probably influenced a lot of kids out there to
For
like
sure.
do the whole piss drunks thing.
Big time.
you
Yeah.
know?
Dude, I remember going to the skate park when that video came out, and all the homies at the skate park that next week, they all looked like piss drunk.
It
'Cause I,
changed
I
overnight.
remember when Jim was making the transition, like he was just like, he always just kind of like wild imagination, crazy Jim, you know? I remember when he was starting to wear like because he was watching all those punk, like Johnny Thunders, and he was all influenced by all those punk videos, and he got the like tight jeans, and I remember he bought some jeans and he wanted them to be dirty. He went out on the, out in the backyard, out in the little balcony where they were staying, and he threw the jeans, and he's just like,
Stomping
stomping
it.
on them, getting
Yeah.
them all dirty, breaking them in on the ground, you know?
Wow.
It's amazing. But yeah, they got the Piss Drunks.
Oh, wow,
Look,
that's
little Piss
sick.
Drunks website. Got crew necks, hats. Look at the vest.
The vest.
That would look good
Ooh,
right
the
there
beers?
with your slow.
You can put the beers in there.
Yeah.
Damn.
Ooh, you could put like protein powder drinks. in.
Oh, dude, all my supplements,
Yeah,
Change it up.
all my supplements.
my creatine, my kratom, my.
Oh, there you go. Original logo board.
Oh, let's see,
The
there's a board.
PD, Piss
Oh,
Drunks.
that's cool. Look
Yeah.
at the socks.
So this is Dustin's thing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Were you like inducted into this piss drunks thing, or was it like what? Who was like? Was piss drunks just everyone at the house?
I know it was just something they kind of started, and then I remember some of them started to kind of like get the tattoo. You know, I just kind of started to become like a thing with with the crew.
Yeah.
And then I remember thinking like, shit, maybe I'll get the tat, you know. But I was like, oh, I don't want to like impose and like try and like.
Take their thing.
you were in the
Yeah,
video,
yeah,
but
but
you were
then
like-
Andrew gave me. He's like, "Oh hell yeah, that'd be sick, Hayes." And he gave me like they had the template. I don't know if it was the one that they would use to make the shirts, but he gave me the original one to go.
No
go
way.
Get the tat. Yeah,
oh, so
I was
that's
like,
that's your. They're
so I was like,
honoring-
okay, that's a green light right there.
Yes.
Yeah. But there wasn't like a.
And I was never a super like. I mean, I had my fair share of drinking, you
Sure.
know, but I was never really like that much of a drunk, you know. I was more of a stoner, you know.
Yeah. But it wasn't like a. It was just kind of a friend thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Everybody was
just a
just
friend
friends.
thing.
It wasn't
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
But also, you're in the videos. Like, what? Why would you feel? I mean, maybe I can understand why you wouldn't want to like overstep your bound.
Yeah,
into this
I don't know.
other-
Maybe I was just always kind of like.
overthinking it a little
Yeah,
bit.
maybe you're just kind of.
Oh, you got it
Like,
now.
I
loud.
Yeah.
wanted to like. I mean, I wanted to be accepted, of course, you know. But
When-
I think
Sure.
maybe I was like.
When did you get the tattoo?
I think it was probably like 90.
Oh.
When did the? Probably the year that they started it, like 98.
Well, Baker Bootleg came out in
99.
'98.
So probably 98 or 99.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
You've had
And
that.
then the
You've had
Acme
that.
one was my 18th birthday. That was like, yeah.
Have you got any tattoos like covered up or anything? Or
No.
No.
What was your first
Still-
tattoo?
Well, actually, some of this there was like nothing that there was another flame that didn't match up with this one. I kind of fucked up a little bit, and then my artist kind of he did like some clouds in there to kind of like tie it together.
What was your first tattoo?
He was the one that kind of saved before I got anything. Like I met my artist that like saved this piece, and then I've gone to him ever since, you know. And he's like kind of my go-to guy, you know. He kind
Who's
of
that?
salvage. Vance.
Vance.
Yeah, Vance O'Rourke. Yeah, he's got a sick
Down in Huntington.
Yeah, he actually does it out of his house. When I first met him, he was at a shop, but I guess he just likes to do it on his own. He's like clean, like everything's clean.
Well, I
in
hope
his
so.
garage.
Yeah.
What was the first tattoo you ever got?
The Acme.
That was the first one you ever
Yeah.
got.
18.
The gym gear. And then the Volcom tab. The Volcom.
Oh, you got the Volk. Okay, got the stone right there. Boom.
It's funny, out in Huntington, I'd be like partying and stuff. Like people that didn't know my history, they'd be like, "Who's this like tool over here with a Volcom tattoo?" like, you know. And then my friends would be like, "Hey man, back off! You know, he skated for them or something." You know, like whatever.
Volcom,
like,
bro.
Yeah.
Like, nice tattoo, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta get a monster.
No
tat next,
regrets,
yeah.
you know. The UPS one, let's do this. Like,
You're gonna get one?
I don't know. We'll see.
So
if they give me a raise. No,
we
I'm
were
just kidding.
talking about going into the real world
Yeah.
and doing the gym. Well, that's why we're talking about the full fitness thing and stuff like that. But then you also work for UPS.
Yeah, so that started in 2015.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been doing that for 8 years or
Yeah,
something?
8 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So because I was doing the personal training and then, which is cool, but then you know, like any good woman in your life, they always steer you in the right direction. It was my wife that was like, I know some people that work at UPS, like they said it's pretty killer, you know, with benefits. Just give it a try, you know.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to do that.
I mean,
like
yeah,
she was basically she basically was just like, are you gonna call him or not? You know. So I basically called just so she would like stop like. But now I thank her every day for it. You know. Now 8 years later, you're like, okay.
You love it.
Yeah, it's cool. Like, it's nice. Like, just for the short, you know, I mean, because you're not there all day, you know, but like
Right.
the warehouse is cool. You're not dealing with the public, you know, you're just dealing with the boxes. And I put my podcast on music.
So what
And
do
then
you do there?
The trucks unload all the boxes.
Okay.
And then it comes down this chute, and then I'm on it's called the sort aisle. So as the boxes come down, like you read you have to know, like when you read the zip code, you know, like what city, what state, you know where to you sort it like
Wait,
yellow
so you
belt,
are
red belt,
actually
green.
like
So you're
reading
in
some
there-
shit.
Yeah, you're reading the box and you know the label and you're like.
But wait a
throwing
minute,
it to different.
wait a minute. I
There's
thought
different belts with different colors, so it's like all of LA is going to brown belt, all of San Pedro goes over to this one, all of Florida goes to yellow belt, all of Texas goes to freaking red belt.
Wait a minute. I thought this was all
So you
done
kind
by-
of have to know. Some places are automated. There are places that are doing like my job automated, but
Yeah.
it would cost so much money for them to redo the Anaheim. The Anaheim building is like it's so tore. It's like the Gary Busey of hubs. It's just tore up, like just torn up. But I like it like that though. I like it all rugged and dirty.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I've been to
yeah.
the cleaner ones that are brand new. It's like. That's cool, but I kind of like being like in the dungeon, you know, like in the.
Well, it's funny because like I was.
It kind of humbles you a little bit, you know, when you go into your warehouse shift, you know. But
Before I off camera, I was kind of making a joke of like, you know, I'm always wondering about how these packages get there. You know, because if you look at tracking, it's like, oh, took off from Minnesota, and then a couple hours later, it's like, oh, it's in the sort facility.
Now
in
once
Carson.
it leaves my hands, I can't help you. Like I just like
Right.
I'm the middleman there, where it goes from the chute to like I send it to,
You
and
gotta
then
put it
from
the right
there
direction.
it goes onto a truck, and then.
But that's what I'm saying though, is like
Yeah.
I thought it was all automated. I was making a joke of like, oh, some dude standing there looking at Venice, here you go, it was over here, and like that's literally what you do.
Yeah.
That's how it works. I mean,
No, but
that's-
And then
I'm thinking it's automated.
It's a
though.
good workout too. Like when you're
yeah.
on there, like you'll get a sick pump sometimes, just like doing the boxes, and you're going up this way.
Well, especially if they're sending me some good
yeah.
shit, you know, these
heavy
companies,
boxes.
you know, boards and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
do a couple little bench press and throw
and
the boards up.
then I like the people I work with are cool, you know, like you got the homies up there on the aisle, you know.
But that's what I was saying,
Jokes.
Kelly. I thought it was automated. I thought it was all done by computers. I thought it was just all sorting because how many packages are being sent every day? It's millions.
Yeah,
millions.
millions.
I'd never expected somebody like you would be sitting there going
Sorting.
from red belt, brown belt, blue belt.
Yeah,
you know, like I never.
when you get
But
into
that's-
a rhythm,
I
you
never
know?
even thought.
But
that.
it's basically the same thing as like going to the mail, sending stuff in the mail.
I don't know how that shit works.
It's like they have to have people divvy it up to send it in the right direction.
I don't know.
For
I don't
sure.
know. I thought it's all machines now.
tracking.
Yeah,
There's a lot of it that
when you
is,
do
but-
that though, so people probably like scan it.
Well, yeah, the people that are loading it into the trailer, they're scanning it and tracking it. Like
That's
you know?
okay. So that's when you're seeing the tracking. It's them. What?
Look at this right here. This is the world's largest automated packing facility in action. There's Brad right there.
Hey,
But see, this is what I pictured in my mind of like conveyor belts,
Well, sure it is.
machines.
Yeah.
Look at this.
But there's still people working.
Yeah,
this
you
is
still need some- you
CNN
still
though.
need
I don't
some
know if
humans
this
in
is
there.
real or
they're
not. I think
supervising.
this is-
What do you mean this is?
I'm just
You
fucking
don't think this is real?
No, that's crazy. No, they do automated. Yeah,
Look, UPS.
yep.
You still need some
the
human
automates, we
action
need
in
the
there,
humans
though.
out there. Like shout
Yeah.
out to Ramon and Julio on the sort aisle. Those are my
Yeah.
boys.
Ramon and Julio.
Hell yeah.
Wait, do you
By
ever
the
see
schoolyard.
like people specific boxes? You're like, oh, dude, this is going to Chris Roberts.
There was one
How amazing
time where
would
I
that be?
saw. I did see
Take a
like
photo.
some
Yeah.
What was
That's
it?
where he
Like
lives.
some not Grizzly Grip. What's the other one? Not Shake Junt.
Mob.
Mob Grip going. I forgot who it was going to, but sometimes I'll look when I see skate stuff. I'm like, where's that going? You know,
No
some skate
way.
shops or something. Yeah,
That's sick.
yeah.
Do you see a lot of skate stuff coming
I see.
through?
Some, yeah, I see quite a bit. And then there was like a Zoomies truck and then that's when the Zoomies truck comes like.
Oh, damn.
They got their
unload
own
all
load.
that,
They
and
got their
all
own
that-
sh-
Yeah. So.
Wow.
And
So you
see
like
it
it?
coming down.
You like it?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
good benefits.
It's good
and-
benefits.
well, you were saying before, you work like what, 4 hours,
4 or 5
5
hours at night.
How is that
and
even
then-
possible? You
I
just,
mean-
they have a revolving crew coming in. Like,
Yeah,
I,
well-
I would assume it's 24/7.
Well, during like the holidays, they'll start at, like the hour. There's more hours during the holiday because there's so much more stuff, you know.
Right.
So
Now, is that considered part-time or
this it's part time.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and then there's supervisor jobs and stuff too, where you're like telling everybody where to go. But I'm like, that's too much paper. Yeah, I don't know. Then you're keeping track of other workers. I just like to be
Just do
on the
your
aisle,
thing.
do my thing. You know,
'Cause you-
like I
like you-
said, you definitely need like some other income besides, but that's just for the benefits and like it's a good little. And
I mean,
then
health
they
insurance
have the-
alone, bro, is
they have-
not cheap.
Yeah, and then they have the 401k and the pension and all that. Like that's because I wouldn't be saving that on my own. They just take a little bit out of the the check or
Yeah,
whatever.
and you're getting a workout.
Like the pay's not the greatest, but like with the benefits and everything, it's like.
Yeah, well,
The
and you're
driving is where
makes
you
it
make
worth
the
it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The driving is where you really make the bank, but that's like a hustle. Like I respect the drivers just like I respect like a pro skater or athlete. It's like once you're out there doing it and like you have like 180 stops to do in a certain amount of time, and it's like I was out there and I was like fucking sweating like holy shit, I don't know if I'm like cut out for this. So all
So-
the drivers out there fucking.
Oh, you
props,
tried that?
know?
You tried it
yeah,
out?
Yeah, and you can try again if you don't make your probation. You wait 6 months and you go back and try again.
So
So
it's
it's
really
like trying to
it's
make
really
the skate
strict-
team.
strict.
Make the cut.
kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got to be on point.
Got to be on point and get all your deliveries done, all your air. Like the next day air, the people that pay extra for air, you have to like make sure you drop off all your air and all that. So
Yeah.
In my building, we have lockers. It's like a whole room full of lockers. And sometimes I'll go down there and there's a UPS guy down there, or Amazon or FedEx, with just tons of
yeah.
packages sitting there with each machine punching in the thing, putting it in a locker. I'm like,
yeah,
oh my God.
yeah. When you see,
And that's
like,
only one building.
yeah.
Like he probably has 3 or 4 more of these buildings to go.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, that's
But
a lot.
they do get broke off. I remember one of my friends, he worked for Amazon, and he was like, dude, if I could finish like probably like within 3 hours. You
Yeah.
know, they give you like, this is your schedule
Yeah,
or whatever,
yeah.
Okay.
and if you finish it in 3 hours, you're all good. You're done for the day.
Yeah.
But there is a window, where
Sometimes if you're done for the day and if you want to keep working, they'll be like, if you want to go back out. Some people are like, they want the hours. They're like, yeah, I'll go back
Oh
out.
yeah,
But other people are like,
is
fuck, I'm
that
going
overtime
home.
or is that
Yeah.
like
Yeah, overtime and stuff. Yeah.
yeah,
So,
they get broke off.
but
And don't you get, if you're there for a long time too, don't you get like, what's it called?
Seniority.
Yeah, or
yeah,
is it pension
seniority.
or what
Yeah,
was
pension, and they match it and all that stuff. So.
pretty cool?
So it's like all the stuff that my wife taught me about. You know, it's like
Yeah.
she's looking out for me.
Do you still do the training and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like
I'm
that
still
too?
doing the
You
training
just-
too.
okay.
I actually have a little private, like I have in my apartment, I have a room with a all-in-one gym.
Okay.
Like it's got the cables and everything, so I can train people at my house.
Oh, cool.
But then also I can meet people at 24 too. Like,
Okay,
And then
gotcha.
the private gym I used to work at, they're still open too. So.
You got
Like it's a
options.
different person bought it though. My old boss, Big Brad, he's not around anymore. That's a whole
Got
other
you. Okay. Okay.
story. But
I
yeah,
gotta get
there's
you
a-
some cross ropes for your
Oh,
gym,
yeah, let's
dude.
do it. Yeah,
I
I
gotta
got the
get some-
agility ladder. The ones the NFL like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But yeah, it's cool. You can get quite a bit done without. You don't need a full.
Yeah.
I mean, some stuff you do, but like, you can get quite a good workout in with minimal equipment.
Are you waking up super early every day to work out? You're that type of person?
Well, I will. Like, well, see, the thing, like right now, Monday through Thursday, I watch my son from like he gets up at 7 a.m. till like 4 or 5. My wife gets off work, and then I go, and then I go into UPS. But the nights where they'll let me off early, I'll go sneak in and work out. I just kind of sneak in like
Okay.
whenever I can, whenever my kid lets me, or whenever I get a little window, like okay, go in there and get it.
And then
then
do
I-
you,
yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And then I train with like tone Tone to Win.
Yes.
A lot.
Sick.
And then we see Bill Weiss in there too in the 24-hour that we go to. Sometimes we'll be walking and we see Bill in there.
That's
Nice.
amazing.
So it's kind of a little like
little community.
yeah. So it's pretty dope.
Cool.
And then what about skating? Are you like still skating on the board? Are you still?
Well, since like I've been full-time dad raising my kid. He'll be 3 next week.
Wow.
So yeah, Rocco, 3 years old,
Yeah.
coming
Yeah.
up. But so once he's getting a little older, and then I want to get back on the board. But since he's been born, I think I've skated like twice, maybe.
That's it.
It's a
Flat
lot.
Twice, yeah.
You're working and you have a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I
What's going
mean?
on, bro?
That's a lot.
Yeah.
But even a little manual pad close to your house, like
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
ever like, oh, maybe I should go down.
Once
there,
I
like-
checked out with my buddy Mario, Mario Dawes. He's the one that's doing the false profit company.
Oh, cool.
So
Oh, sick.
I skate with him. I actually went to the Edison, the new park that we were talking about.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Just to check it out. But that was the day that I was like I rolled around for 10 minutes and like I tried to ollie up the stage a few times and I was like, let's go get something to eat.
Yeah.
It ain't working.
Yeah.
Like I just kind of was like, okay, I'm real rusty. Like
It's frustrating when you first start again
Yeah.
to get it back because you just want to go back to that,
yeah,
to where you were.
Sucks, man.
At,
Yeah,
at your
exactly.
best point ever, you want to go back to that exact moment.
yeah,
And
totally.
And you know that it's going to take like not the 1 session, not 2 sessions,
Like I don't
not
want
3 sessions.
I
It's
don't
going to
want
take
to
a
ollie.
minute.
It's like I don't want to ollie up the thing first. I want to go straight to the fakie pop, shove it, fakie man.
Yeah.
You just look like so bad trying to do that. Like first try, like dry leg.
Like, who's
Yeah.
this dude
Yeah.
over
Really
here?
trying to
Yeah.
do that?
Really? Oh my God. That's Brad Hayes. Go
Yeah.
watch his video parts. You'll see.
Yeah.
You'll see the magic. But you were also talking about, because we have a couple of these boards here, the False Prophet.
Yeah, that's Mario Dawes' company
Okay.
that he's kind of pays homage to the 90s skaters. So
Oh, dope.
like Tone's got a board and then John Drake. I think Ronnie Bertino.
Oh,
had
really?
one.
Ronnie Bertino.
Amazing.
Like
And John Drake too?
Yeah.
That's
super
sick.
dope.
So-
That's an ill team.
and then he brings back like he'll do runs here and there of the boards, So like I think he did the company a couple of years back, but so he'll do runs of the boards
That's super
from
cool,
time
man.
to time, so we can keep that going.
I can
so.
tell he's a skate nerd. If you got
Oh,
John
yeah.
Drake on your team
Oh,
and Tone
yeah.
and you,
Oh, hell yeah.
and who did you say else?
Ronnie
Oh,
Bertino.
Ronnie Bertino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know,
Oh,
Ronnie
yeah,
Bertino. Legend.
Yeah, Mario's like the
Straight
biggest skate nerd I know. Like Dr. Saturn, that's his Instagram handle.
And does he just,
But-
like, how does he do it? Does he
And
know these people, or is he just
Yeah,
hitting
I
them
think
up on,
he
on
knows
the
them through
side?
skating and hits them up and
Okay.
asks if like if they want to be a part of it or whatever.
Okay.
And he's another one from the HB videos that like that I met through Daryl Grogan, like the HB videos and the sprocket holes. And yeah, Daryl was another skate nerd. Like he had so much passion, like to get the HB video done, or I don't know if it was sprocket holes or HB, but one of those videos he needed more film because it was all Super 8 film.
Yeah, I tripped
he
out
like
on that.
sold his car to get more film to finish the video. Like that's how down he was to fucking
Wow.
get the video done. So I was like, I always thought that was like, man, that ain't passion. I don't know what is,
Yeah. What was that? He just like made his own videos. He never really
Yeah.
filmed other than that,
And
right?
then sometimes he would film. He would go to contests and kind of film the contest footage,
was it
which was
oldie?
cool. But it's funny. My buddy used to call it like, or Tone would call it like poaching, like you're
Yeah,
poaching
he's
footage.
poaching. Yeah, for sure.
Which is all good, But I just like, just
Did he
funny
own-
terminology,
Did he only do the 8mm?
Yeah, he did the 8mm. That was his passion. He like it looked pretty. It looked like pretty sick. Well, didn't Birdhouse did a video like that 2 years?
Yeah, but that was a
after, right?
company doing it.
That was a company.
Like
yeah,
one
yeah.
dude doing it?
And
That's
this is
a-
back with these crazy pressure flip, late double flip, where it's like 300 tries to do one trick. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
even with Ortiz when the film days, like I'd be
Oh
trying
my
stuff on the
God.
picnic table, and Ortiz would just be there, and there'd be film all over the schoolyard.
Yeah.
The people who lived through that.
I'm like, is he
we all
mad?
lived
Is he
through-
all right? Is
we
he
all lived,
upset? He's smiling.
dude. We all lived through that, and it's like
Yeah.
the most treacherous, because you feel so bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're getting their film for free for
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
Trans World Thrashers, whatever. But you're trying to trick, dude, and they're sitting. They're sitting.
sometimes
They're
you'll call-
sitting on a
Yeah.
pile of
Or
film.
you'll call
like,
a trick out, and then you'll be driving there. You're like, fuck, okay, well, I said I was going to try this. Now we're going there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like,
And they got their bag with the film, and you're
you
just
get there,
like,
like,
oh
it
my
didn't-
god,
it looks
I got
smaller in the
this."
video.
Dude, you're like
Like,
an
you
hour
get
and a
there-
half in, and fucking there's like 100 rolls right there. You're like, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
But they
nuts.
had little tricks too. If they were taking a sequence, they'd get like the first half, and then
Yeah.
the middle, and
Yeah.
then they'd
put together.
I've
Then
heard
they'd start to shoot for the halfway point, you know, to save a little bit of film.
Yeah.
It was
I
little
don't want to say
tricks.
no names, but I remember some skater homies that like that. A Transworld interview, there was a couple frames they didn't like.
Yeah.
Like, and he took one out and
Mixed
put
match.
the other
Mixed it
one in
in,
there.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, for
But he
sure.
still did the trick.
But I
you
think
know?
that
So
was,
it's like,
I mean, it was kind of standard issue back
yeah.
then.
I had
So,
I had
because,
a few bail ads. I'm not gonna, let's be transparent. I had a few ads where like still shot of something to where like
That
yeah,
goes
I
for
didn't
everybody,
make it,
bro.
you know?
Yeah.
I'm the only one.
Hey, we're just being honest here, you know. Like no one's perfect, you know.
I feel you.
Like that shit looks sick, but
Run
Yeah.
it. Run it.
Yeah,
I mean,
run
listen, I wouldn't even be surprised if nowadays, even with the digital, there's a frame from another sequence that
Yeah.
looks better than that frame. They swap it out. Like,
Definitely.
Dude,
Yeah.
it happens all
Yeah.
the time for sure.
Yeah,
I know, like,
so-
even skating the stage and getting some sequences on there, it was more of like they take the first half of it and then they're starting to shoot from the middle
yeah.
and then on. So
Right.
I would get into it. So they're not wasting their film.
I got the right at the end of that, so I did have that experience, but it was like once I started to shoot photos for magazines, it just started to go digital.
Then there was the video sequences for a while, but then that was kind of like grainy.
Oh, that was way back.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
like Big Brother days.
Yeah.
They were really good at using.
Actually, there was
Which one?
actually an Acme ad back cover where they did it was a line at the Huntington Beach skate park, and he did a video sequence of like a 3-trick line at the Huntington skate park, and that was like an ad for like the back
There was
cover.
some mad frames
I was
on
always
that.
kind of like, "Are you sure?" Like I never really was like my idea. I was like, okay, whatever. I mean, but like I was kind of, I always thought that was kind of interesting.
But
It was
but the
like-
video grab stills, like, it kind of fit Big Brother's aesthetic though.
Yeah.
it fully kind of just blended in. It was like okay to do that. And I think with somebody was saying, was it Caustic or somebody was saying that they would take the camera and film it sideways so that they would get a
Was it
good.
Dave Swift maybe? That
Maybe
said
it was Swift.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Swift.
don't remember.
Yeah, they would film.
They'd
I've
film it
seen
sideways.
I've seen something where like there was completely sideways, and you couldn't use the footage.
Right,
So you
But-
just like it's either getting in a magazine
yeah.
one or the other.
or a video. You couldn't do both.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, unless you did it twice.
Yeah.
Who wants to
back
do that?
then, no, you're doing
Yeah,
it
we're
once.
one and
Yeah.
done.
And then
We're-
never
we're done.
again.
We're leaving.
Never again. Never again.
Made a little mess there. So.
Oh, you're good. We'll get you a little paper. Is there a paper towel over there?
Apparently, I'm just like my son. I'm spilling over here. My
He's
beverage,
spilling
you know?
Gatorade on the tip. No, you're good. You're good. You're good. Kelly, he only got. Oh, they only gets one.
It's a bounty. It'll
Oh,
be
it's a
all right.
bounty.
It's bounty. It's a
Quicker
bounty.
picker upper.
Quicker picker upper.
Nice.
So at the end of the day, we're not skating as much,
Yeah,
but
not-
we're going to change that soon, or
yeah,
what?
yeah. I mean, I'd like to get back on the board. You know, it's
Yeah.
like right now I'm just so focused on raising my son right now, and then we got
Yeah.
the new baby on the way too. So I've definitely got my work cut out for me.
Yeah.
Dang. When is that?
But,
When is the new baby? due?
September. So it's
September.
early on. We don't know if it's a boy or a girl yet. So we'll see. But
Okay.
yeah.
Congrats, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wow.
What names you got in store?
I'm not sure.
Chris.
Like, it's funny because I actually wanted Gino for my son now. Rocco. Gino was one of the names, but we agreed on Rocco.
Okay.
Is this
okay.
skate inspired in any way?
That's that one's skate inspired too. Yeah, and plus I'm Italian too, so those are like kind of Italian names.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'd definitely be skate inspired.
That's
The homie Gino Iannacci.
yeah.
I know, bro.
Yeah,
That's
think about
that.
Chris. It's pretty good. It's a good name. It's common, but
Chris
you know,
is
it's
cool.
good.
And then if it's a female, we'll see. I don't know. My wife's got some names. Faith maybe.
Oh,
or
yeah, there
we'll see.
you go.
You know.
There you go.
Chris. Chris
Man.
is good for a girl's name too.
K-R-I-S.
There's a bunch of girls named Chris.
Chrissy. C-H-R-I-S-S-Y. Listen, it could go both.
That's cool.
But yeah, it's interesting. I've never had the experience of naming a child. I mean, Dubs has, but I would think that there's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
You're-
names on the list, and yeah, we chopped it down
Yeah,
to legend.
right. But even just to name an animal, I feel like there's pressure. But to name another
sure.
human being,
Is that what you named your
My
yours?
son,
Okay,
yeah.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
rad.
Yeah.
Legend, that's rad.
Was when you thought about naming him Legend? Was that it right away, or did it take you some time to boil it down?
Yeah, we kind of had to think about it and let it marinate for a little bit.
like
Yeah.
keep saying it over and over again, and how.
but then we
it-
had a bunch of other names that we were kind of obviously focusing on, but that one just kind of stood out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll throw out some hijinks ones, even if I'm not serious, just to steer my wife. He'd be like, if it's a boy, what if
Mess
we
with
name
it.
him Flex? She's like, absolutely not. Like,
You're like Flex is a
I
good
think there was a
Flex
bodybuilder,
Hayes.
Flex Wheeler. I think there was a famous bodybuilder or something like that named Flex Wheeler. or
Flex
something.
Wheeler. That sounds fake.
Sounds
It's like
a
Larry
movie.
Wheels. There's a guy like because they call like training your legs like you know don't forget about the wheels. But I guess he's known for having like big legs. His name's Larry Wheels.
Larry Wheels.
I'm like that's a cool name.
Wow.
Oh my
Gotta
God.
love these names. You know.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Well, it's
But-
cool, man. I'm glad that you're healthy. You're doing your thing. You got the training thing going. You got the UPS going.
Yeah, kind of
Let's
a
get
mix
back on
of
the
things.
board.
Oh,
Love
yeah.
to see some Instagram clips,
Oh,
even if
yeah.
it's just a manual or two.
Oh,
you
for
know,
sure.
yeah.
We'll get some
back
going.
on
Thank you,
there.
Chef Fakey Manny. We need to see
Oh, yeah.
one.
I've been messing
day.
around with the reels a little bit. Those little
There you
reel things.
go.
We'll get some skate reels going. But
Yeah.
we'll get back
Yeah.
out there.
Let's
you
go.
know.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
And even if you make it back down this way, let's come skate with us, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
if
didn't
you're-
realize how close. I mean, it was way closer than. Like I thought I was like halfway here when they're all you've arrived. Like
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm going all the way to the ocean.
Oh,
you
Well,
know?
the-
I mean, the
but
ocean's
it's
right
right
there.
The
there.
ocean
but-
is right here.
Yeah.
It's
But-
like, yeah.
Do you ever do slappies or anything, or like because we got the
messing
curbs
with-
over
oh,
there?
yeah.
Come skate and hang
curb
out.
day,
you know? Yeah, curb day.
Nice.
Now leave.
Leg day?
Forget the leg day.
Yeah,
do
yeah.
the curb day.
Oh, nice. Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I see the squad out there at the curves and stuff.
Like Chris and Roger, well, I mean, Roger especially holds that place down.
Yeah.
He's like the janitor.
And
of
then
that
I always
place.
see the homie Ruska Beats out there, like this homie Ruska Beats. He goes by, but he's always out there skating like Jaquan and some of
Oh,
them.
really?
But he's
Look,
always,
we
yeah, I
got
always
some.
see
We
the.
got some Jake. We got some.
Oh,
There you go. See, those are with those big.
He's got the
yes,
big
like,
shoes.
Those are the
on,
big
boy.
dogs.
Okay. Okay.
Even got that full view of the shoe as it goes. But yeah, that's just right by the park by my house. Is kind of
That's dope.
That's kind of how it started last time. Like I just started doing just little flock around things here and there, messing around, and then started going out and skating more.
I love it. I love it, man.
So-
You got to get out there, dude.
Oh, for
I mean,
sure. We'll get out
as a
there.
fan and growing up watching you skate, it's cool to see when you post some
Yeah.
stuff on Instagram. You know, he's
Awesome.
out there still doing
And this
it.
kind of lit a fire under me too.
it,
Just kind of
man.
like coming on here, you guys showing love and
Of course, man.
kind of like let's not forget about the board. You know, like just keep skating in your life always. You know.
Yeah. I
Once
mean,
it's
listen.
in you, once it's in you, bro, it's always
Oh,
in
yeah,
you.
for
sure.
It take
No
a
doubt.
little
Yeah.
while to get back on.
Yeah, we took our little intermissions, but it's always there. You know.
For sure.
For sure. And like I said, I think you played a big part in, the tech skating and the manual stuff and, just being in the Baker 2G video and, being yourself and putting you in there.
Yeah.
I think it did a lot for, somebody like me, even just to see you skate in the courthouse and be like, damn, okay, that shit's, somebody's out here doing this.
That's
like,
cool.
let's go, man.
Oh yeah, dude, that means a lot. Just
Yeah, dude. Huge inspiration.
For sure.
Oh yeah, dude, and likewise with you guys too. You know, like, and
thanks, man.
carrying the torch on, and,
Hell yeah.
We just
and you too, homie. You know,
My
like,
guy.
oh yeah,
Fuck
dude.
yeah.
Well, yeah, it's crazy that I guess they're tearing it down pretty soon.
Yeah,
so,
They are, man.
Oh, the courthouse.
yeah. So,
they're
I
building-
can't say that I'm gonna go do one last trick. Like,
oh,
it'd be
yeah,
like
we-
I was going to, but they tore it down. You know.
There you
so-
go.
Yeah.
I had my mind set.
Yeah.
Look, here's a with the little one.
Oh,
Oh, nice, dude. Yeah, there he is.
Sick.
Okay.
With rocking the Thrasher beanie. He's getting big
yeah.
now. So.
Those are the best moments, bro.
Oh, for sure. I'm like trying to like soak it in because I know
Yeah,
everyone
dude.
says it goes fast,
It
but
is.
it goes so fast.
It's going,
like,
bro.
Dude, yeah.
That's
It's,
amazing. I love that.
so yeah, he's awesome.
So rad, dude.
So
And
sick.
people say terrible twos, dude. The threes are out of
Yeah.
control.
I think they messed up.
I
It's the
met him,
threes.
yeah, dude. The threes.
Why?
Are
What-
insane. Well, it's just approaching the threes, and I'm already like, whoa, this is nuts. Like, but
what's wild about it?
he's just like a little. He's almost like a little spawn. I'm like, is my kid going to be like Dustin? No, he's like a little like this Tasmanian
The
devil, you know?
spawn.
It's fun. Like I have a bunch of nieces and stuff, and it's always fun seeing them grow up.
Yeah.
And I think it's the second youngest niece I have. She at one point she was just like, "Nope, I'm not doing whatever you tell me to do."
Fight, yeah, that's what he's doing too.
Like
yeah.
they don't even know what you're saying. They just go, "No." And it's like
Yeah.
She grew up and she's awesome. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's,
yeah,
it's,
for
I feel like
sure.
everyone's kind
Oh
of
yeah,
like
for
that.
sure.
Yeah.
So we're in it thick right
Terrible
now,
twos
so-
just sounds better. It just flows off the tongue. Terrible
Yeah.
threes doesn't flow off the tongue.
No.
Yeah,
Unless it was like terrible trees.
yeah.
Good stuff,
Well,
man.
hell
Good
yeah, dude.
stuff, dude.
Well, thanks for coming on here.
We
dude.
want to give you some 9 Club stuff if you don't
Okay,
mind to
absolutely.
take home with you, dude.
Sure,
Kelly, we do the
absolutely.
honors,
Of course,
bro.
let me
grab
Get
some.
him some
Yeah, yeah.
stuff, dude.
Right on.
Oh, you know what, Kelly? Instead, grab him the if we have any of the water bottle too for the gym. You know,
Oh.
the
Oh,
Yeti.
hell yeah.
Because I put a
Yeah.
coffee cup
Ooh, the
back there,
Yeti.
but the
That'll
Yeti.
do you right there. For
Yeah.
sure,
Just gotta
bro.
say, I know you stay hydrated
Oh,
at the
hell
gym.
yeah,
You put
dude.
the thing in
Oh,
there,
for
but
sure.
the Yeti stuff. If we have one, hopefully we do. I don't know if we do, but
You gotta get some more.
I know.
Huh.
Yeah, dude, that's
yeah.
awesome, dude. Thanks, guys.
So we're gonna go to school. We're gonna skate the beach after this. You brought your board.
I did. I do have my board.
We're gonna go light it up, and we're
ready?
gonna need Beagle down there. We're gonna get some clips for
Are you
Baker
guys going?
5.
Yeah, let's do this.
Love it. Love
Maybe
it.
call my wife and be like, "It's going a little longer." Like,
Are we gonna? I mean, Baker 4, Baker 5. Like, I mean,
yeah.
what
I mean,
do
there
we-
was
come on,
you guys.
know?
You saw the one, Baker 4 at the very, very, very end. That one little.
Right.
Because I went to the premiere. Beagle. I remember Beagle saying like, "Yeah, you're in there. It's at the very end." And it was like so at the very end. I almost got up thinking like it wasn't in there, and then it popped in there. You know, but
right.
yeah, that was the
Thank you,
last
bro.
thing. He's like,
Thank
"You got a couple weeks left to get something."
Yeah.
Beagle.
What about
Yeah.
Baker 5 though?
Baker 5. I'm down. Yeah,
Dude,
let's do it.
Let's get you in there, bro.
I'm down.
I mean,
We'll
I
get
was
back
just
on there.
I was stoked because like Baker, Shake Junt, such iconic companies, and even for me to be in the shrimp blunt video was just like, oh my god, like knock that off the
Yeah.
list of dreams.
Hell yeah,
Because
dude.
this, I mean, man, it's just
It's an epic group of people.
Epic.
It's
Sure it
super
is.
epic. And to
It's
see
like
it
it's
carry on for so long.
family.
Yeah, it's really rad to see.
Just to see everybody doing so well too, and like
totally.
Totally.
It's beautiful,
so
man.
it is for sure. So,
First of
but
all,
we're getting back out.
dude,
Yeah, we'll get back on the board soon.
Brad A's,
Good
man.
to see you.
Oh,
too.
first-
I thought maybe because I was looking through the clips and I saw you on there. I thought, oh, maybe you were just a guest recently. I didn't know you were in the mix.
Part of
like,
it, yeah.
That's
It's been
awesome.
like a 2.5 years, give or
Okay,
take.
cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's been fun.
As one manualer to another, here's a switch flip Manny
Oh, wow,
mug on the
dude.
courthouse stage that we turned into a whole thing.
Oh,
Yeah, we got some stickers there too for the
Hell yeah,
board or
dude.
the
We'll slap some
barbells.
of these on the sword aisle at UPS. They have like
Oh, that
there's some stickers and shit in there.
slap them on
Nice.
there.
Hey, you know what'd be a
for
good
sure.
name for your
Dude.
son if you have a son is Manuel. For Manuel, but Manuel.
Oh, hell
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying.
Or Manny, you know? Right?
Or Manny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then-
That's cool.
To go along with that,
You're like, all right, Kelly,
switch
yeah.
flip.
Oh, nice.
Got the switch flip Manny shirt.
Double
you know.
X. Hell yeah.
And then also the double X 9 Club hoodie right there. We got
yeah,
the
dude.
hoodie.
Thank you
It
so
gets-
much.
I don't know if it gets cold in the
Oh.
sorting facility, but put on your little 9
Oh,
Club
for
hoodie.
sure, dude.
Oh,
Oh, you
see?
can cut the sleeves
I
off
was
too.
gonna say, yeah. you can have that,
Okay.
go that route, but I'll keep it like that. That's sick, dude.
At the gym, stay hydrated though.
Oh,
We got the
yeah.
9 Club Yeti.
Yeah.
Stay hydrated. Maybe mix a
Dude.
little protein powder in there.
Epic, dude.
Put your little supplements
It's
in
like
there.
early birthday here, you
Yeah.
know?
There you go.
Not to mention, Santa Cruz gifted us. Nixon and Santa Cruz, they did a collaboration.
Okay.
It's Santa Cruz's 50th year in business.
Oh, wow.
Nixon's 25th year in business. So they did these collaborative Santa Cruz watches. This is a Rob Roskop.
Wow. Oh, damn. Dude,
Nixon
thank
watch
you so
thing
much.
there. So they gifted us a
Hell
bunch of
yeah.
that. So we're gifting them out to our
Okay,
guests and
great.
stuff like that. So
Sweet.
You got a nice package
Came up
right
here
there.
on
nice
the
Yeah.
package,
merch,
big
dude.
package.
Hell
Yeah. Dude, Brad, this has been amazing,
Yeah,
dude.
bro.
Thank you guys.
Hey, thank you for
Awesome.
paving
Right
the
on.
way at the West LA Courthouse, dude.
Awesome.
And man,
And I'm gonna come out and skate with you guys soon for sure.
There we
So
go.
I'm
Do it,
skipping
bro.
a jump, so
let's go.
Hell
No, with the
yeah.
curbs, you don't have to jump. No,
nice.
clicking the tail around or
Oh,
nothing.
nice, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Keep it low to the ground, low impact. you
Yes.
know? Hell yeah.
Chris prefers it that way right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm down, dude.
Let's go, dude.
Let's go.
Brad, thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Hell
Love
yeah,
you
bro.
guys.
Love
Thank
you
so
too,
much.
man. Thank you,
Right
bro.
on, man.
Appreciate it.